I am muted. Sup, guys. It's been a while. See if it works. Seems to be working. Nice. And let's do the typical thing what I always do when I start stream. Close 16 million tabs. Sup, guys. Been a while. I know. Was thinking about going live yesterday, and then I didn't. I ended up playing like 100 like IRM games with a bunch of friends of mine. How you guys doing? It's good to be back. Hope you're doing well. Definitely doing well over here. How are you guys doing? Okay, since we're farming this, we can also do Aurora. Or not Aurora. What's it called? I should actually build like a proper Rengoku team. Because that's more interesting to farm right now. Are you pivoting to turn 2? I don't think turn 2 necessarily is stronger than turn 1 still. And that's definitely saying like Revelation is nerfed, but CC is not nerfed. I'm enjoying Etheria more than Summoner's Bar. We'll see if it sticks. Yeah, it's kind of like the game is having a lot of like community. Is like everything they bring out is just instantly like pitchfork. We're gonna hate that. It's kind of a sad point. It's somewhat understandable, but it's also somewhat people just have like expectations that are just simply never gonna get met, right? Like there's a bit of both on that, right? We're pretty hard to one-shot Tiamats. Well, that's the thing. I'm not expecting to one-shot. Still playing Summoner's War? Of course. Making pretty much daily content of Summoner's War still. 11 years of updates in Summoner's War. Etheria is doing things rather quick. Yeah, kind of. Like, to be honest, sure, they deserve a bit of hate for, like, slacking on doing certain things, but I think in general, they're not doing, like, a super bad job. But it's definitely a try-hard game, and if you don't like try-hard games, then yeah, it's just simply not the game for you. That's pretty much their words, so yeah, is what it is. Do you think they should drop a reset event for the nerfs? I didn't talk about it in the video, but I think it will be fair if they at least give like the reset event to change some things. I think it will be fair. What were the nerfs though? Revelation. Like there were no individual units nerfed. And that is why you could give the argument you don't need any resets. But since Revelation is nerfed, you could consider maybe a certain unit that you had on Revelation to pull out the lattices. But then, to be honest, which one? Because personally, for me, the only unit that I could consider maybe resetting is Mio, because I'm not using her much, and she's 5/5. How many hours until patch? It's tomorrow, so it's not today. Yeah, there's no direct animus that's nerfed. And even for the Revelation units, like, in the end, Freya's still good. I would not reset her. Who else is like heavy Revelation? Yelly is still good. Would not reset her. Heinrich is still good. Would not reset. Rosa is still good. Would not reset. Yang you could arguably reset. But that's an SR, so it doesn't matter as much. Like, that's the thing. People just want to reset random shit. Like, that's the main thing. Like, some people skilled up Salins. Salins is worth resetting. RC as well. I think Yang, RC, and Salins might be worth resetting. Everything else, not really. What's your thoughts on the countering Bruiser meta at the moment? CC is gonna counter Bruiser. So I think that CC will definitely still counter that. Will there be long matches? Yeah, probably. I did vote on RC to win this, but I'm actually not super confident on the RC team. Mainly because of that Sanya. But what's the main damage dealer? Victor. Victor would go light element. Victor would go on this. That's actually kind of bad. Well, it could slap the living shit out of this as well, but it kind of has to slap the living shit out of Pangus. Huh. Well, then again, this works with dots, and you do have, like, Doki cleanses. How's the AI prediction match for this one going? I don't know. Yeah, I think that Doki will probably still win this, though. But this one is kind of 50-50-ish. Yeah, I think I'll go for this one as well. Fuck it, yellow. Wait, how's my history looking like? Well, not that bad. Like, this is what I did with AI. Like, this is all what I did with AI, and this is all what I did with by myself. Yeah, that's the thing. Lilium is definitely going to be strong, but if you are a known Lilium user or you play CC yourself, you just pre-ban that. GG's. That's not rocket science. I haven't done Cubic Game yet for today. Let's see what we have. I prefer to get either crystals or Latice. I haven't seen Latice in like a bunch of resets. Summons, don't care. Crystals and summons. And it is pretty boostable. Should I just go for this? I think I'll just go for this. This is fairly boostable with like a 2 on there right away. Yeah, let's just do this. Let's see how far we get. This could do this. That's also hitting that. That's fine. If we do a cross or this one, both of them not that great, but we can do it like... I'd rather have training data or this. I think rather training data. Okay. Wait, if I placed it over there, could I have done... No, I wouldn't have had an angle for the other one. There's no angle for this, right? Okay, there kind of is, but it doesn't hit both of them. It just hits these and these. This only hits this one. Let's list this one. I might still reset. I'm not liking this setup that much. Will Lilium work in CC comps? Yeah, I think so, because in the end it does stun as well. Will you be participating in the next EWS? I'm not sure when it is, so that's more of the question than anything. Yeah, that would be a +2 on those two. Let's just do for now. I'm feeling reset angle. I'm not liking the setup that much. Not liking the setup that much. Also, you don't really help. Would have been better if it was like a one over there. Best I could do is this right now, which is just... No, I'll just go for the reset YOLO. Shadow prints. Also not really something I need, but I guess I'll just work with that then. Or do we go for summons? I don't really need these too much, so I think I'll just try to stack out the summon thingy. If I try to stack out the summon thingy, is it not better to go for this? No, wait, I could actually do both over here. Okay. I have a feeling that I'm gonna do like a double up on this, so I just will early do this. Okay, I could go for this, but I'd rather see the other one. Oh, this one kind of helps as well. This one there, let's just do this. And now we can boost it like that. Makes sense in this spot. Just do this spot just in case. Can we hit multiple with this? We can. And then if we place something here, we'll also hit a doubler. That's kind of in an awkward position because that one doesn't work for this, doesn't work for this. That's sad. Okay, this one is also kind of messy. Ew. Ew, this one would have been so good on that spot. Well, then again, this one works the same, actually. If I do this and place something here later, man, this one is so bad. Well, I'll just go for this, I guess. It's the final one. Too bad that this one is not open, otherwise we would have had like a nice angle on that one over there. This one open, also not. Yeah, I miss it just by one off both of them for these. I could still do this. It's pretty much the highest I can get out of it, I guess. Yeah, let's just do that. Okay, I'm not crazy high on it at the moment. But, oh well. At least these stages are like super easy right now. Morning, Mitsu. Some Jello. I just said I built Ryan a week ago. She's gonna be less relevant against bruisers. Yeah, maybe so. But I still feel like if someone goes full CC comp, if you do outspeed it with a Revelation unit, CC comps are still heavily counted by Revelation. It's just that Bloodbath is countering Revelation and Lighthouse is countering Revelation. But if you see a bunch of Codex of Magic, then you could still Revelation potentially. How hard is Revelation nerf? It's 30%. I would have rather still seen like 15 or 20. I think 30 is too much. Shanghai was good. Shanghai was absolutely amazing. It was really good to be back in Shanghai for a bit. Only thing is, Shanghai in July and August is absolutely not recommended to go. It's hot as fuck. It's really ass. Like, it was actually the worst time to be in Shanghai for, like, just timing-wise. But besides, it was nice to be in Shanghai again. At some point, we had, like, 36 degrees. And then the field temperature was, like, 46-ish. So, already, like, by the simple fact in Celsius, having a field temperature that's 10 higher than the actual temperature, you already know shit's fucked up. Patch did not hit yet. Patch will hit tomorrow. Let me check for the Fahrenheit. People, was that in Fahrenheit? Because I have no clue about Fahrenheit. 46 C2F 114.8. And that's the field temperature. That's not the actual temperature. Actual temperature was just 96. But 114.5 was the field temperature. And you know, if your field temperature is like legit that much higher, you're in a bad fucking area at that moment. With Revelationers, do you need Bloodbath anymore? Good argument as well. You still need Wait. That's actually a smart one, Sagma. Because you need Bloodbath to counter Revelation. But if you don't have to counter Revelation, you don't need Bloodbath. Right? But then, if people are not using Bloodbath, Revelation becomes strong again. That's actually a nice rock, paper, scissors right there, ain't it? In Oklahoma, humidity makes it 110F every year. Yeah, it's just ass, man. I'm not built for that shit. Too many buildings, no parks, etc. There's actually a lot of parks, but it's just humid as fuck. No, actually, Shanghai is surprisingly for a lot of people very fucking green. Yeah, the Revelation nerf, I think, is a little bit too rough. I do agree on that. I would have rather seen that a little bit less. Let's do a little bit of fandom theater. The moment you queue up with another, a level 100. Always nice. My team is this team. That makes sense. Let's smack in you. Let's smack in you. Are you geared? Probably not. You are geared. I am surprised about that shit. I'll then smack you in. We don't have no death break in this. Wait, how are you even geared, by the way? You are geared. Well, how are you geared? Oh, you're a bulwark gear as well. Okay, okay. I was like, you're not gonna have another Fury Edge because I only have one Fury Edge. That's my main issue. We got Reason C with a subscriber. Thank you very much. When does the RTA season kick in? It has like the timer below that. What do you recommend for Hold'em bolts? Because I'm lost making one. I don't have my Hold'em bolt yet, but I know that Brad made a video about how to build Holden. So whatever he did is probably good because he was the rank 1 and using a lot of Holden. I think Holden people actually just... Wait, let me check. I'm actually curious myself as well. Okay, he actually doesn't have as much defense as I thought he would have. But he definitely has a bit more tankiness. Wait. Okay. He has a lot of speed, though. Definitely a lot of speed. Either Bloodbath Bulwark. Yeah, makes sense. I think I have an exact copy of this, actually. I cannot check right now. But I think I have an exact copy of this. Yeah, and the module-wise, I guess triple defense. So smite, makes sense, makes sense. Yeah, I'm liking this build. This build seems pretty nice. He does have a fair bit of crit rate in the build still. I wouldn't be surprised if he has like a max duped or so that helps out with the crit rate. Well, the thing is, what I don't have is I don't have a Tiamat, so that kind of sucks. He does have like a whole video on it. I'll just share the whole video. I think with Revelation Nerf, Unbreakable might be a good option right now. It might be, yeah, that you don't really need to go for Bloodbath. Does Jackal Guard even have Unbreakable? I don't think so, right? Well played in Shanghai. Thank you. I was actually the only content creator playing his own account. Like, we were supposed to all play different accounts, and I was like, oh, hell no. I'm not grinding my fucking ass out on my account to play someone else's shitty account. No, they were all, like, probably better accounts than ours, but I was like, oh, hell no. Answer the question. Sorry, what was your question? Since teammate stack does not change from damage, low HP, does mean she still gets stacked when using Messiah's 3? To be honest, I'm not sure. I don't own a Tiamat. I did not do enough testing on her to actually know. Maybe someone else knows. Got me a Galaxy S22. This is an S23 Ultra. Holden buff is wild. I agree. I think the Holden buff is kind of very random. Same as this guy doing absolutely no damage, by the way. Is this whole team dead already, or what's the deal? Oh, my team is all dead already. Wait. He removed the thing for this fucking thing? Why would you? Motherfucker. I think roll buff is crazy. I think his bug fix will increase DPS. Wait, what was his bug fix? Okay, I'm not sure if we're actually gonna get to 120k points more, but this team would pretty much never die. He couldn't do after he take a turn until he gains stack. Ah, okay. It's definitely one. No, Rengoku nerf sucks. I do agree very much on that one. I think Rengoku 2 should have been nerfed. I absolutely agree on that. Actually, massive bug. Yeah, that's actually a way bigger bug than expected. Basically, if you're down in a 2v2, you will never duel. Oh, yeah, that's kind of ass. With flexing, you are poor and proud. Okay. So no shell is one no longer. That means Jelly Rosa won't be triggered revelation. I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure like how that would work. Like if Jelly doesn't follow up on the S1 anymore in revelation, that would be a big nerf in PV. Do you still think Hoyon is good to invest? I'm not sure about Hoyon though. Like in the end, I'd still think that Revelation is playable. Like that's always what happens with buffs and nerfs in every game. The moment anything is nerfed, people immediately think it's unplayable, remove all of it, never using it again. But that's not really the case. Like I think it's still good because people will feel comfortable to not use Bloodbath. The moment they don't use Bloodbath, Revelation will kill them. Right? Okay, let's put in my units rather than that stuff what he had the last time around. You only have to put one. It's like Kaki? Yeah, pretty much. Okay, his units aren't even max leveled. Yeah, that's just straight up going to be ass. I'm gonna waste my time. Sorry, mate. Okay, now you may place one. Wait, that doesn't work. Would it work? Wait, go. Wait, that's not supposed to be possible. That is not supposed to be. Wait. Oh, he placed something else in there. It was a visual book. Okay, okay, fair. What's a visual book? I was like, I'll just give it a try. I don't care. This team ain't gonna survive that long, though. At least they will do a proper amount of damage. Can't was not give us free run configures. They did for Kaki though, but Kaki was like a hotfix nerf thing. Like everyone knew that Revelation nerf was gonna come, so if you invested a lot in Revelation, you knew it was gonna get nerfed. The only thing is that I did actually say when we noticed that Revelation was that strong, the longer you keep anything OP, and I also told this to Jack during our conversation, the longer you keep anything OP, the more invested people will be in the OP thing. The harder you nerf it at the moment you're finally going to nerf it, the more people are going to complain. What happened? Exactly that. Didn't Jack say that Revelation was working as intended? Yeah, that's also true. But I did actually give exactly the examples. Like, I said, if you find something way too OP, you should be nerfing it fast and on the spot. Because if you wait with nerfing anything, people will be heavy invested in it. And then the moment you nerf it, then people start complaining. You're curious about what's outside of my window. Wait, does it actually work? Green shit. There's a road over there. That's about it. Like, there's a road over there, and it's pretty much all green. I have 0 green in the house, but there's insane amount of green outside. Yeah, view is pretty nice, except that it's blocked by monitor. I only see like this part and up. I see like how much it is. Everyone will be pissed because they had more time to invest in it. Exactly. So if they nerfed it like a month ago when they know it's like, yo, this shit is actually kind of busted, people wouldn't have been as mad. And also, since they said they're only going to be buffing and nerfing during season changes, anything that's too OP will be OP for a very long time. Which does kind of suck. Now your 6 revelation become useless. Ah, bullshit. You still want to use revelations for PvE for sure. Because it's the best way to clear Aurora and it's the best way to clear Doki Doki. I don't know when they suddenly fix Aurora, Reddit was kind of on fire. Yeah, true. But because of people being on fire over a PvE nerf, they said we're not going to change anything PvP related. It's like, no one asked. But yeah, for Doki Doki, I also use triple revelation. What was my team again? Freya revelation, Yelly revelation, and I have one more revelation unit in there. Oh, Messiah revelation. Bruiser Bloodbath in a few meta in a few days. Well, that's the funny fact that we were talking about earlier. Bloodbath is to counter revelation. But if people are no longer using revelation, do you still need Bloodbath? Huh? And then because people decide to not use Bloodbath, because non-Bloodbath wins versus Bloodbath. If you are both bruisers, right? But then the non-Bloodbath bruisers will lose to revelation again. So that's actually a more interesting interaction. Because Bloodbath is definitely not the best way to go if, like, let's say you can get way more stats and bulwarks rather than Bloodbaths. Is Messiah best on revelation? I think after change, for sure, Messiah is best on count. Because count has bulwark. Yeah, I think a lot of people are too much saying like, oh, Bloodbath is going to be insane. No, Bloodbath has his own counter. That is by not using Bloodbath, but going actually bulwark or just more stats. The damage reduction is an absurd amount of stats. That's true, though. That is true. But I think it's just a full-on bruiser matchup. I think it might still be stronger to just go for, like, stats. I'm not sure, though. Could be wrong. Well, I actually did a fair bit of Aurora in the last few days, so I have a lot of Bloodbaths. But saying that all your revelations become useless, I highly disagree. It's not that bad. Been working on Law of Silence bulwark set for him. I'm personally not the biggest Law of Silence fan. Like, Law of Silence is okay-ish, but the big issue for me is if Law of Silence had bulwark, I would have loved Law of Silence. But since Law of Silence doesn't have bulwark, I kind of dislike the set. Like, that set is pretty much shout and give me bulwark, right? Do you have a plan for the next RTA season? Not exactly yet. I think I will try to pull Lilium. And I will see how good that is. If Lilium doesn't do as much as expected, then I'll probably go for Building Holden. I might also consider going for Hellkit. Yeah, and I definitely will go for a lot of bulwark units. Like, that's definitely my plan for next season. Because I think bruisering with bulwark is going to be absolutely strong. Well, so what would you recommend to farm right now? I would say, honestly, Aurora and Rengoku, even though Rengoku is absolute ass to farm still. I really wish they gave a slight nerf to Rengoku. I don't care what it is. I can name you a million nerfs, but pick one. At least nerf something on that shitty dungeon. Like, if they do any hotfix from now until patch goes live, if I can choose one thing, I would say Rengoku nerf, and I'm cool with all of the rest. What do you think about Gacha Smack asking for Messiah nerf? I've seen his video on it. I think he just slightly played too little of the game to actually notice what's super strong and what's not strong. Like, he's not a bad player whatsoever, but he played it a little bit too casual to notice like what's real good and what's not good. For the Messiah nerf. I think Messiah is totally fine as is. But yeah, definitely nerf Rengoku, man. Ass stage. Get that shit out of here. If there was no silence on Rengoku, would be nice. Yeah. No silence and just make him like 1-turn armor break rather than 2-turn armor break or some shit. Those kind of changes would already help a lot. Look, my Holden. Look at this, I'm OP. Wait, where do you see the supports? Oh, supports are not shown just yet. Oh yeah, wait, it was week reset. That's why. My class was picked 5 times every day. It's kind of insane. But I have a 5-1-5 class, so that does make sense, right? I don't know why they aren't touching Rengoku. I have no clue about that as well. Like, that's definitely, if they nerf Rengoku, everyone happy, right? I could go for Rahul. Does anyone has a Hoyan in here? There is a Hoyan in here. Yeah, let's just go for the Hoyan and then we should be good to go. Kind of hard for the Mizuki buff. I've never used her, to be honest. Doki Doki is going to be one of the best units, with CC being best comp. True, very true. I actually don't have Doki Doki. That's one of the units. I don't have Tiamat, which I'm kind of sad about, and I don't have Doki Doki. And I think not having Doki Doki is the bigger issue. And we got Blaskovic with a subscriber. Thank you very much, my man. I always highly appreciate those. What do you think, Gearing Mortar's turn 2? Ditching LH? Who else LH? Will make you clear viable. Plan from there. I would say that I think still Revelation is viable because CC comps will not have Bloodbath. And you can still kill those. I've been picking Claws. I think Claws is, in my opinion, 100% the best selection pick you can make. LH is Lighthouse. Ah, yeah, okay, makes sense. More turn 2, Lighthouse. And I think that that's the main thing. If a lot of people play CC, Lighthouse is not viable. Bloodbath is not viable, right? Because in the end, what counters just on bruisering with Bloodbaths and shit? We have seen that, for example, with Kekker against Washom. Washom wasn't playing the game. Kekker was playing the game. Washom was just sitting there getting CC'd until death. But what counters a speedy CC comp? That is still Revelation. Lighthouse will never cut against CC. Exactly. So the rotation is still there. Is it going to be longer matches? Definitely. But if everyone playing CC, people will still pick up Revelation. Washom had the terrible prep for the tournament. Yeah, he didn't have like the best of... I think he also had the most difficult matchup for him specific. Young Geo's overrated as fuck. Well, did you recognize the account Kalian Bao was playing on? Because Kalian Bao was not playing his own account. Who else has like 9 Revelation? Young Geo had the hardest matchup for him as well. Han was impossible to Revelation. He had way too many lighthouses. That's the thing. It's rock, paper, scissors. And Watchom definitely pulled the wrong rock against the paper. And what's it called? Young Geo also pulled the wrong rock against the wrong paper. Like, they just had unlucky matchups which they couldn't counter. So, Jalen, doing good over here. How about you? Watching Han was so much fun. Han was the best part about Han. At some point, he stood up and he nearly like knocked his freaking chair off the stage. That was the best. Someone's watch champ beating Etheria champ was nice to see. It was kind of funny though. He fixed the issues. He has like 95% win rate versus Bruises and Oyan. Not surprised. Not surprised. He's a smart guy and he has like really good stuff. What archetype do you think Lilium is going to be best? I really have to see exact numbers of like skills before I can claim any on that. Like, there's a lot of options which could potentially be good, but I would have to see like proper numbers before I can claim any of that. I wouldn't be surprised if it's a Bulwarker towards like a Jackal Guard as well, or Lighthouse. What do you think of Holden buffs? Does he need them? No, Holden did not need his buffs. Like, first of all, Holden did not need the buffs. What did I mean by shells no longer consider skill 1? I am not sure. Does that mean that Lilias 3 no longer resets shell skills? I don't think so. It might be that skill 1 doesn't trigger Revelation, or skill 1 doesn't trigger like White Fang or something like that, but I'm not sure. Hoyan is insane. Hoyan is one of those units, if she works, she's just super dope, but so often she doesn't. Apparently White Fang was applying to overall bleed. Oh. Okay, that's a potato interaction right there. Hoyan is insane with skill ups at max. Yeah, but it was more countering like the cleaves as well. Hoyan is greatest counter pick, yep. Hoyan will still be a great counter pick, I would say. But it will be more difficult to fit in Hoyan in the draft if everyone is more bruisering. Either this Hoyan is dealing no damage, or I'm dealing no damage, or I have no clue what the fuck is going on. Oh, wait, this thing is dark. I thought for a second this thing was light. That's why I'm dealing no damage. Lol. I'm wasting my time over here. Oh, well, I just have to redo anyways. But yeah, Yang is incredibly good on Revelation, and that will definitely be down-tuned. I was thinking about building Yang as well, but then I was like, nah, I'm not going to really focus on RTA that much until next patch, because I did feel that Revelation was going to get a hit. Did I expect this much of a hit? No. Tell me best build for Tiamat. I don't own a Tiamat, so maybe someone else can tell you. I don't have it. I think most Tiamats are still like full HP build with bunch of speed. Bloodbaths, lighthouses, ambers, those kind of things. I think I would like lighthouse over amber. 30% nerf is insane. It's a bit much, yeah. Well, that's actually a strong argument as well. If Young Geo is winning 95%, is Revelation actually balanced? No. So that's actually a good argument as well. How about you start stealing that attack buff? Is it recommended to spend all your dice on Yelly? Yelly is still really good. I would wait until the patch, though. Because she might be less interesting after patch, at least for PvP. PvP, she's still really good. I still like Yelly as best damage dealer in game, actually. Will she be off Revelation after nerf? I see potential where I would say use the Golden Lion on her. Like, at least in stages like this, Golden Lion, Aurora, Golden Lion. Where else? Rengoku could still argue Golden Lion. Yeah, I think Golden Lion might be best for her. Where the fuck do you get Golden Lion, actually? Oh, fuck, that's Sharon, right? Never farmed Sharon. I don't have Golden Lions. Lighthouse better against Cleave. Amber's better against CC. Yeah, guess so. Well, I guess Amber doesn't really help you against CC as well. Well, you know, actually, a really funny thing which doesn't make any sense. I'll showcase you that in a second. Holy shit. There's actually a thing with shells that makes absolute zero sense. What's your Yelly builds? Bad build with Keen Eyes Fury. I prefer Momentum Fury. Momentum Fury, Fury Edge is what I have. If you're new to the game, I would say put your stuff on Yelly. You wouldn't regret that. Yelly is really good bringing you through all of the early game. Because Yelly is one of those super all-round damage dealers that you can use in pretty much every dungeon. Bop, bop, bop. Don't kill me. Thank you. The Mind Sense on games and Discords featuring counts. Wait, you mean like recordings of games? I definitely do think that Count Yelly is really strong as well, yeah. I think that Rengoku by far has best and most interesting drops. Oh, it's gonna be this one. We have some good Ciadas in the guild. That will work. Or would dress whatever you prefer. Yeah, but I'm not sure why you wanna send that. Like, do you want feedback from me, or do you want to showcase that it's good? Oh wait, we have this one being done. Did we succeed? We did succeed. Nice. What's the next one though? We have okay, Chachi Maji. Lighthouse on that. Healers on that. Oh, that's going to be a rough one. That is a pretty goated Tiamat though. It's not gonna get that many turns. Does have Bloodbath. Lighthouse on you. Chachi Maji will go for an S3. Doesn't have max accuracy though. I think since Chachi Maji will start with an S3. If you go for an S3, you for an S3 have team that, right? Yeah, you would kill that. You would kill that. You most likely kill that as well. Yeah, I think that's the team on the left should win this. You know, you only provide 3 damage. S3 is only already enough. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I would say for Yelly, either Momentum or just Onslaught. This is mine. But the things, I farmed a fair bit of Aurora, so I have pretty good Fury and Momentums. Summons, drop me 1 summon over there just for the achievement. I'm waiting until I have 10 of these because I never summoned 2 SSRs in one pool, and this gives me the highest chance to get that. And I have 28 of these, and I think on the previous banner I did like 10-ish extra. Harvest Momentum, Yelly can do Doki in 40 seconds. Oh, that's not bad. Well, actually, the team I was using for Doki was very safe, even if you missed some debuffs and shit. Let's already give Holden a few ups. Have to do it for the achievements anyways. You get, if you're not using this shit that much, like, you never have to do Investigation. Investigation is such a bait. If you clear all content in the game on triple S's and shit, you get so much of this shit. Wait, I wanted to check if I had the Jackal Guard that was the exact Jackal Guard that was needed. I think I do, actually. It's not a bad one, too. Jackal Guard, that's a Swift Smiter. I think I had the other one as well, right? Yep. Yep, I exactly have that Jackal Guard that he used for that thingy. Not a bad set. Not a bad set. He has a lot of speed, actually, for... He had like 142 speed without Swift Rush. That's pretty darn fast, though. I guess that's all pieces just focused on speed as well. Oh, wait, I only have... Wait, I farmed this much that I only have these, so I'm not going to use this. And I'm going to use... That's a double 8 set. This is also not used. I've lost to his Holden one time and now I see it perma banned. Exodia Holden, yep. Yeah, I don't really have like the crazy gear for it as he does, but I do have like the right. I have this one as right one for it. Do I even have like... Wait, if I do this on... He had everything on death, right? Yeah. How fast do I have on death? Oh, that's the only one I probably don't have that fast. 11 is not bad. How about Bloodbath or Smiter? Okay, this one, arguably, but if I get a better upgrade for this goes straight to Holden. Because that's actually really good as well. Like these two. That one is a bit slower. These are all a bit slower. Give me some good rolls on death. More death. Speed. Too bad. Wow, none of these on speed, for real. Okay. More speed. More speed. More speed. Asshole. Why you no speed? But yeah, I have a whole bunch of things that I can work with for these as well. Yeah, I could definitely find some that would do good. So Daniel, how you doing, my man? Wait, did you make it to America's Cup? You can also have the same shell on Lilith if you have her. Oh, I do have Lilith, but it's 0 skilled as of yet. Like, that's the thing I kind of have. Like, a lot of the stuff... Oh, please, please, please let me roll this into speed. I don't give a shit about the main stat, but please let me roll that into speed. Where are you at? Come on, speed. Speed. I will still believe in speed. Okay, one more speed. Fuck. I'll max it out for 10 speed. Speed. Ah, fuck, 9 speed. Lame. Just closed G3. Ah, okay, too bad. Any thoughts on Leon for PvP? I think she does too little. But yeah, highest speed I have on this is still 9. To autoplay for competition. Fair point, fair point. Are 2 stats even worth rolling? I think 2 stats are only good if you're looking for the main stat. Like, if the main stat is correct on the course, it's fine. But legit, every time that I go for recycling, like the 2 2s, I sell all of this shit. Like, no one cares about 2 2s. Then we go for the 2 3s. 2 3s, I still sell all of that shit. Sometimes I check if there's like a speed on the bulwarkers. But in most cases, well, bulwarkers kind of can give a try, but if it doesn't roll on the first one, it's immediately sell. If we're looking at this way around, I do sell all of these. So these and these are just straight up sells for me. But I would say that the ones over here could still potentially be a something. But I'm kind of running out of space. Like I've been farming too much. But also, you don't really want to be selling everything. And upgrading is still a bit expensive. Oh, wait, we didn't do this yet. I'm not getting that many defense hits at the moment, but... wait, I can hit this guy, but I would have to switch my sets. Which is a little bit annoying to do, so let's just hit this dude. If I put my fastest set on Freya, I do actually outspeed that dude. Where do you profit more from views, YouTube or Twitch? I think it's about even-ish for live streaming, but for video making, it's for sure YouTube. Like, if we take like my general income for YouTube and Twitch, I would say Twitch gives me about 20%. Like, if we just take, like, let's say YouTube and Twitch together would be 100%, which is not the case, but let's just make that assumption. I would say Twitch is about, like, 20 to 25. I don't really like hitting food shows. Food show is the only one that I kind of suck at on clearing. Why am I only finding these people? Oh, well. Okay, switching to Twitch. It's whatever you get less ads. Like, that is my recommendation. Like, if you have Twitch Prime, use that. Or if you have, like, the Twitch Premium thingy, use that. If you have YouTube Premium thingy, use that. Are you aiming to play in competitive scene, say? I think as a content creator, you're always very bad in a competitive scene. Because people know what the hell you're using. This guy was also slightly faster than me, so I would also have to switch gear for hitting that dude. So then we just hit the one slightly below. When going to modules gearing up, how do you select for fast speed on top? It's one of the settings, like, I think it's the one on the top. Should I try to get, if I can clear this? I think I can't. Like, the food show is too annoying. I want to give it one try. Fuck it. YOLO. Now we still can. After the patch, we definitely can't. Okay, he has Lighthouse on that. That definitely will be an issue. Okay, he is a bit on the slower side, though. But I think, nah, Lighthouse plus Fucho will probably still... Yep, Lighthouse, Fucho buffs too much. Okay, Gigabiter. The Gigabiter made it move in front of us as well. That kind of sucks. Yep, this one, too rough. I have to hope to one-shot this or I'm kind of dead, right? Yeah. Oh, the insta-counter! Fucking hell, Bramble. You're buying some crystals? No, I've never bought crystals yet. But yeah, it's mainly the Fucho. Like, because of the Fucho, I cannot use the team that I just used. Like, there were still a few that I could use it against, but against Fucho, in most cases, she just cuts. What about Obo ignore resistance? Not sure if that's really the right way to go. I think as of currently, I don't really have to buy more tickets. I'll just use the tickets as I have, and I'll just slowly climb up the ranks. Still 26 days anyhow. If I don't troll around, I should be winning everything. But I already trolled twice. Thoughts on Rev Nerfs, but no change to Bloodbath and Holden buff? I think the Rev Nerf is a little bit too harsh. But Holden buff is a little bit weird. Bloodbath, no change. Not surprised, to be honest. Chat, is second collab coming in 3 hours or tomorrow? It should be tomorrow. Is Jelly Swift Revelation for your onslaught use one PvE or any better options? I think the best option for her is this. Fear Momentum, Fury Edge. But in the end, I think pretty much most of the stuff will kind of still work. What's the nerf? It's 30% down for Revelation, correct. What shell would you play on Heinrich as an all-rounder? I would probably say Kodecker. Like, currently I'm rocking a Revelation on him. But I could definitely see him being a Kodecker. Best music ever. Thank you, thank you. Kodecker or Jekyll Guard. Both are fine. Onslaught, Fury Edge feels nice and yelly. I think Onslaught is second best for PV. Because most of the time in PV you will have like a fair bit of debuff, so this would technically do more damage. But otherwise, Onslaught is nice. Because right now I'm working with double attack. In that case, you could go one more into crit damage. How many speeds of yellows do you guys actually have? I'm curious if I'm lucky or that this is kind of average what I have. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6. Okay, maybe I'm lucky. Well, actually, this one was 15 on the plus 12. I was like, yo, no, please do it, please do it. 15 on the 12 went into flat attack. I was like, motherfucker. This one was also one roll off, could have been max roll. This one could have been higher rolled as well. This one, well, actually half of them could have been like full on roll. You have 2, but you're level 60? That's insane, though. That is really fucking insane. Okay, pretty much done with all dailies. I haven't done Amber Track, the final 2 stages yet, but I'll do that when the gear switches here. Still have to do a lot of these. I think I'll do the double up of shell drop at the same time. So we do singular ones of these and then just reset. You have 8, but 6 of them are 14s. Ooh, that's rough. Also, for me, a lot of them are on, like, bulwarks and stuff. Like, I think I have, like, 3 on bulwark, 1 on Swift, so therefore I'm, like, 216 on bulwark, which is pretty darn fast. One on Swift Smite. Ooh, the one on Swift Smite is really nice as well. My Swift Smite fastest is just 9. Also, the turn order of this team is really bad right now with Yelly moving first. So Smite got a 10 and a 12. Yeah, Swift Smite I can really easily improve my fastest speed. Therefore, I was in Aurora for a very long time. Or at least the whole last week. All of my stability went straight into Aurora to try to get more speed for the final of the Ether Arena kind of thingy. But I didn't get faster than a 9. 9! So my Lily is working with a 9 and with a 10. Those are really easy upgrades. Don't you like it when you have 100 watchers and only 16 likes? Oh, press the like button. So Yelly stats, I can show you in a second. Where they're slow. Do you think Golden Lion will be better for Yelly right now or Revelation? I think in PvE it's definitely going to be Golden Lion. Like 100% Golden Lion. If you stack Golden Lion that much faster, Golden Lion will be way better. Only big issue I have with Golden Lion is I didn't farm fucking Golden Lions. And for Golden Lion, you have to do Sharon. But from Sharon, I need nothing except that Golden Lion. Which is kind of an issue. Patches before our end of season. It's gonna happen tomorrow. So just before the season starts, I guess. Golden Lion, next best shelf for next dark character. I'm not sure about that. It could be. We use Golden Lion. I think Yelly will be good on Golden Lion. Do you have a fast Aurora team? No, my Aurora team is like 2 minutes, but it barely ever fails. Drazard. Oh yeah, Drazard might be, yeah. Well, we might have an issue. Because if you move, you kill something, and then you move and kill the same thing, then you don't have your protection as of yet. And then I die. Motherfuckers. I hate this stage. Yelly, Lily, Viper, Ling, Valerian gets 130 clears. I'm using Mia. So Golden Lion over Revelation? Probably. Like, I think it's better after patch. You need to Sonya. Well, Sonya. He has one of the few SSRs you don't have. You can still use Valerian, though. I hope they nerf this stupid Rengoku. They should. It's a stupid dungeon. Well, it's that my team is not optimized for it. My team is optimized for Aurora, but I'm doing like the double ups, so therefore I don't mind to do this on the semi-auto manual thingy, whatever it's called. And it gives me a bit of streaming content to talk to you guys, right? But yeah, they should definitely nerf this shitty dungeon, because now everyone wants to farm this rather than the other thing. And the other thing being the Shadow Flame Oyan. But yeah, I'm definitely, in general, surprised that they never nerfed this dungeon yet. Like, they nerfed about everything except this dungeon, right? No, they didn't nerf Aurora. But Aurora's not that hard. Aurora, you just need the right units. This is just straight up ass. Osmini was the best shelf for Drazar. I have no clue. Unit isn't even released yet. I don't even know the skills. I think he's gonna do something with Bleed. I did hear something about that, but I could be completely wrong. Someone's asking for my Yelly stats. These are my Yelly stats, and she's 5 for 5. Going in with Lily, Sonya, Viper, Yelly, it's 90 to 100%. For this stage, you mean? Yeah, I think I will do that after the gear switch as well. Do you go for a Bloodbath, Yelly? Is the speed on Revelation? Yeah, she has speed on the slot too. Nope, Keen Eyes? Oh, okay. Interesting. Sonya, you mean Sanya, not Sonya. That makes sense. That makes a lot more sense. What kind of shell do you use on the Sanya? Do you go for Fortissimo? Yeah, Fortissimo seems to be pretty good for Sanya. Swift or Swift Raid worth Yelly building? Yep, still good. But I think since he becomes more of like a damage dealer, not from Revelation things right now. Not sure if you want her that fast. Did Claws on Dark Moon? Yeah, I should actually give Claws my Dark Moon again as well. It's better than Jekyll Guard. Doesn't really need a Jekyll Guard. Well, that's the thing. There's a lot of builds I could make, but I would have to wait for the gear split to do. Yelly nearly freaking destroyed the ads rather than the unit itself. Jesus. And then we still lack damage. Or do we? One half? Yep. Kodaker? Shit, Kodaker. Not even close. Yeah, for shit stage. Wait, you were saying... Maybe we could try out the team as well. Lily, Sanya, Viper, Yelly. Let me actually try that out. Do I have a good Fortissimo, though? What kind of Fortissimo are you using? Fortissimo, Fortissimo, Fortissimo. I think I probably have a good one. Bloodbath Swift Rush. Swift Rush, Strive, Evo Guard. I think that will be best. I'm not sure if you can have Cure. I can have Cure. Cure would be better. But I would say Strive is pretty much second best. I'm going Bloodbath Cure. Would I need Bloodbath on it? I could also do this one. How many Evo Guards do I have on HP? Just one, of course. Okay, which one is going to give me another HP here? Yeah, which one rolls into speed? None of them. Motherfuckers. Speed. Speed. Whatever. Yours is full skilled? Yeah, I will get like a full skilled of this as well. I can... I just don't have the other material, but I have plenty of this shits to max that out. Defense. Need to be 230 to 250 speed. Oh, that should be doable. Should be very doable. Let me see. Swift Rush and Bloodbath. Of course, these are already in use by other shits. Speed roll. Motherfucker. Of course, none of them have freaking speed. Speed. Give me speed. Give me speed. Whatever. Because I do know I have more of these left over. Sure. We still need one more. Oh, wait, we need 2 more bloodbaths, actually. Uh-huh. Let's first fix bloodbath then. That is too much. We only needed 1. Yeah, that's fast enough, I guess. Okay, let's see if that actually works. You were saying Viper? My Viper's a little bit on the squish side, though. Not the best of Vipers out there. It's enough accuracy, though. And then Sonya. Freaking missing the slow instantly. You noob! Hey, that's Fortissimo heal is insane, though. Must be an artisan for extra defense. Yeah, that's the thing. I can't do artisan right now because I want to keep the Lily just fast for the defense. But that does make sense. That heal, though. Fortissimo heal every time. I was like, full HP, full HP. Let's go again, full HP. I think if you want to do this super safe, you could even decide to kill the right ad first. As respawn? Do they? Oh, they didn't. But you could totally be right in that. But yeah, this does seem quite a bit safer than the team I'm normally using. Even without artisans. And a shitty Viper. They do, they don't. Nice. Now no one knows what's going on. 2 minutes 20. Not a bad team. I like it. If your boss don't go wind, then Viper is okay. Yeah, that's probably a thing as well. Well, with this way, I'm actually leveling Sanya, whereas with the other one, I'm not leveling anything. I'm leveling for Lyrian, but I don't care about leveling for Lyrian. Would you max us 2 on Lily? Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. Was there crafting for new Lilium? Even with busted multipliers, she will never be one-shot by Bruiser, but Bloodbath. How can you theory craft if you absolutely have no clue what the skills exactly do? we don't know jack shit yet, so I think theory crafting on that is not really feasible as of yet. Can you line on Viper? You mean Golden Lion? Oh, yeah, probably. But I don't have good Golden Lions yet, I think. I don't think I have even a single Golden Lion. Maybe I have to farm some Sharon to get the Golden Lions. I don't know. But yeah, I'm liking this team. It's pretty solid. Who needs claws? 1 minute 30. Not even bad time. What will be best lion or Golden Lion's best build? Let me check. Let me first check what I have. Probably freaking Jackal because I didn't farm that. I have one. I have one build, but that's... Yeah, probably because I was thinking about making one, but I don't have a single one on multi-lines. Nope. Okay. What's the best that you can potentially have? Shell, Golden Lion. I would argue for... For Yelly, it's probably Momentum, Fury, Edge. Well, the thing is, what's kind of awkward is that neither Bramble nor Battle Wheel works good on Yelly. But then Battle Wheel is more interesting. I would say any of those two is fine. Any of these three is kind of fine. And then just Battle Wheel. I think that's kind of it. But you could get away with just going for... No, actually, I would be fine if it's like Keen Ice 12 and Onslaught 8. Yeah, I would say Onslaught 8 is totally fine. On Viper, it's Bramble, Momentum, Swift. Yeah, makes sense. Well, not that Viper really does damage in the first place. But he helps with the X stack. But yeah, I would kind of have to farm more of that shit, but then I would have to do Sharon, and I don't like doing Sharon at all. Like, I don't want Halloweens, because Halloweens is just either Plague and Evil Guard, which are both ass. This one, you could get a Swift Rush, Swift Smite Bulwark, which isn't bad, but it's also not crazy. And I already have, like, the best Supernova. I have a Supernova with... Well, I could do a Supernova on Bulwark, though, but I don't really like Supernova that much for PvP. But I have a... I think it's a Swift Rush Cure Evo Guard. Is that cheap thing good? It's good for claws, this one. I would say that this one is best in slot for claws. So yeah, I could do a bit more of that. Because getting a good one over here is pretty nice. Let's see if I can easily clear this, actually. I would need to gear up Chachi Maji. Don't I? Yeah, I don't have Chachi geared. I can definitely go for this one right now. Yeah, I would probably need Chachi. Could I cheese it with you? Would this work? To be honest, Loki, I think this would work. Okay, maybe not. Oh, Shanghai was really good. I heard you were touring everyone else around. Yep. Well, I was like semi-local in Shanghai, so I took the others out to like the main shopping street where they bought shit for like the kids, the family, and themselves, of course, as well. How about you start stealing that speed buff? Okay, you did. Fucho better there? I don't have Fucho, but yeah, that would make sense. Well, I just have to clear it with RNG right now. But yeah, Shanghai was definitely fun. It was also really fun to meet all of the people. Yeah, Chachi is just too good not to use in this. Never got to leave the US of A. Skill issue. Nah. Just book a flight somewhere, man. It's not impossible to fly anywhere these days. It's very doable, actually. Too much damage. Too much damage. Motherfuckers. Okay, recommend some teams for guild defense. Whatever you have like invested your stuff in, that's pretty much the best. Watching you go 0-3 made me think was easy predictions in the pocket. Yeah, my team hella inted, man. I would say Gacha Smack kind of inted his matches by not going for the right bands and the right contestants of speed. And Jamesmer was inting his matches by clicking on wrong units to start killing them. So both of them were kind of hard inting. Also, Gacha Smack won like the power thing like 2 times in a row to then not win it on the final time because he started too late on it. We still pull for Lilium even if she's mid. Kind of depends how mid she is. It's hard for me to say anything about that yet because I simply have no clue what she will do. I only know she counters stuns. Like, that's legit as much as we know at the moment. She counters stuns, but that is pretty much saying like we don't know shit. How to beat Shadowplay Mayan with no Shadow Sanya and no Salins? You beat it with Lily and the Ting and Obo and Klaus. At least that was my team. Someone told me Arcade, no idea where it came from. They kind of gave it in the video, but they didn't give actual skill descriptions or like skill multipliers or anything like that. We don't know what speed she's rocking on. We pretty much don't know anything. They refilled their skills to only the multipliers hidden. Yeah, but that's just... They had a written, or like they had like a verbal version of their skills, kind of. That still doesn't mean like she can stun. But is that a 20 rate? Is that a 50 rate? Is that a 100 rate? Right? So there's a lot of things that could be on that. Use Chachi and Codex? Yeah, I can imagine. I just didn't want to gear up Chachi. But maybe I should or I should do it a bit because... Should I gear up Chachi? I think I have to get a Golden Lion though for Yelly. Golden Lion will be really strong on Yelly. Way stronger than Revelation. Because the amount of S1 she's shooting is insane. It says guaranteed to stun, but that's guaranteed to stun if you killed something else, right? There was a condition on that. Does guarantee mean ignore immunity? Probably not. What metrics combo will you use for Golden Lion? Probably Fury Edge or Swift Rush plus Momentum plus Battle Will, if I do tend to get that. I think it means skip your accuracy check. Yeah, most likely. That's mostly what that kind of stuff does mean. Ah, it turned green. And it started killing my shit. Are you going to replace your refs after nerf? No, probably not. I think they're still good. I might go for count on some of my damage dealers. But I think for Freya, Revelation is still fine. Like, kind of depends on who. Also, I only have like 4 Revelations, so it's not that I have an insane amount of Revelations or anything. That's gonna be kind of ass. Well, now the Twin Trick does go on that, though. Perma healers. Nearly instantly dead. Nice for not removing the defense break. Instant death again. Motherfucking stupid ass dungeon. No one likes this shit. Also, getting extra accuracy on her per hit is very nice for like later on S3s. You don't have Holden, free-to-play strip for Termaton? There's none? Because that's Holden. Holden is free-to-play. Because it's a banner. Oh, yeah. That one does actually have a strip. That's true. You run Viper and Lily Artisan of the same team. Yeah, I can imagine. But I don't want to switch gear yet until the gears split. PvP Golden Lion is good. I don't think... Well, maybe some in like a longer fight. I think Golden Lion is more PvE focused. Next 2x is on 9th of August. Yep, so I've heard. Golden Lion for Yelly PV. Yep, that's my plan. If it's really good, I don't know, but I think it will be good. Who the fuck is Brian? Jason Bourne. The dog guy? He's called Bourne, not Brian. What the fuck? He's Jason Bourne. What can or who can replace Yelly in this team? For this team specific, I would go for Yelly only. Otherwise, I would be switching up a few more things in the team. Then I would go for like Vice, Linglo, and no Lily. And then go for the thing. Stupid silence. And instantly dead again. Oh, good thing you hit something else. We got Skittrel with a Twitch primer. Thank you very much, my man. Yeah, actually, I think I will end this. I will give I will give a set to Chachi Maji. Do we have a codecker left over? We do have a codecker left over. Wait, was it 182 or more? I don't remember. $182. Okay, then he's already good. Not using you at the moment, anyways. You have codecker, yeah, that should be fine. You have all that stuff, should be fine, should be fine. So Lighthouse will be the best LC. What the fuck is an LC? Why are people using all kinds of weird ass acronyms? You got any non-Lily related tips for any Sync Echo Shadow run? No, I don't think it's possible, to be honest. Because unless you get the perfect rotation of having your Vice taunt for like 15 minutes in a row, I have absolutely no clue how you're gonna clear it. Light Cone and Shell. Well, that's kind of the thing. Is Lighthouse actually going to be the best? Because Lighthouse is countering Revelation. But if Revelation is already nerfed, do you need the counter to Revelation to be best? Right? Wait until you get Lily. Maybe there's someone else clearing it without a Lily, but I don't know. How usable is Shadow Sania without Lily? Very usable. It's not really something that's a must. How to counter Bruiser endgame? CC. Freaking hell, Langer got for second arm break. You clear Inferno with Claws the Thing, Linglo Vice. Yeah, that one is pretty solid. That's the best free-to-play team out there. Really feels not worth the farm. Well, that's the thing. I can definitely craft a better team for this, but as I mentioned, I don't want to switch gear yet because we have the gear split like legit tomorrow. Can't wait to pop your summon soon. Nice, nice. Pew. Got 150 saved up. That's a fair bit. Yeah, this seems to be working pretty fine. You got like normal summons 150 or because there's not going to be a normal banner for probably like 2-3 weeks right now. And then I kind of expect Lightning to be released, which is the hollow version of Obel. And from what I've heard, he's good. But I haven't seen anything on him just yet. Combined? Okay, fair. Well, you can already do your normal summons unless you're waiting for the next banner. That's an option. I'm still doing my normal summons because from normal summons I hope to at some point randomly get a... what's it called? A Doki Doki, because I don't have Doki Doki yet. But that will probably not happen anytime soon. I love it when she goes for like 16 hits in a row. I feel like, well, since I spend a fair bit, any banner that happens, I can probably get enough summons during the banner, regardless. But that is because I spent a fair bit if I need to. The gear change will work for RTA? Yep, that's the game plan. I'm almost hitting pinning on the normal Apex banner. Nice, nice. Yeah, for me, I have like 26 Apex summons or so. And I think I already did 10 on the Yelly banner. Don't kill the Yelly right now. Motherfucker. It happens too often where you're just looking at this, I'm like, yeah. This is where dupes start to matter. 26 in? No, I have 26 summons that I haven't done yet. And I did like 10 full. So technically I have like the worth of like, well, not really. But I have the worth of like 26 summons on the LDs. You know what they should fucking remove? The 10% innate resistance in PvE. It's amazing they didn't nerf Rengoku too. It is. They should have. They should have. That's the only thing in this patch that I'm really missing. Anything else I think is like kind of fine-ish. But I would have really liked to see a Rengoku to nerf. That's the only big portion for me. Like no reset. by all means, I wasn't expecting one. Like Revelation nerf, I was expecting that. Sure, fine. But nerf the fucking shit out of this godforsaken dungeon. Like, I don't need it that much. I can definitely craft a team that will probably work on this. But you're gonna make a really big portion of the player base very happy if you actually nerf the shit out of this thing. There's a lot of ways to farm it 100%. It is. I know it is. But for the majority of the player base, most of those things aren't really reachable. Plus, you would have to build like a very specific team to make it work. Well, with the gear split, that's very possible. So technically, that's a nerf to all stages. You being able to make a specific loadout for every dungeon is definitely a nerf to every dungeon. I don't think they should nerf Rengoku. It's just an endgame boss. Therefore, every should be farming that fast nowadays. Crybabies don't get everything in your opinion. I feel like Rengoku is a little bit too hard gate capped by certain things. And it's not necessarily a hard stage, it's an RNG stage. And that's the stupid thing. Like, sure, if you need like a fair bit of damage to clear this thing, by all means, I don't care. But the RNG of getting a silence in or no silence in or that kind of nonsense, that's kind of the point where I'm like, yeah, do I really need this? Like, I don't mind difficult PvE. I don't like RNG PvE. But that's the big issue in the gacha space of turn-based games. The only way to make things difficult, in their opinion, is just throw a shit ton of RNG at it. Which, yeah, is an option. Is Fall Yelly the only way to go? More hits on your DPS right now? Yeah, I think Valerian is kind of needed because of, what's it called? Because of the death protection and the defense buff and that kind of stuff. I wonder how good or bad this is if you go with Chachi the guard, but then you don't have heals. I should use the other team. It's definitely a bit safer than this. It's slower, but it's way safer. Because now it dies to an AoE hit. You piece of H stage. Yeah, I think if I want to do this stage properly, I'll probably gear this up good with, like, artisans and shit. Well, I think I can give... no, I think I might mess up my Aurora team. Well, then again, I'm not really farming Aurora at the moment. Yeah, I could give an artisan to you at least. I actually only have one good speedy artisan, actually. Don't have to. Yeah, that's exactly the team that you see here on the screen right now as well, right? No RNG, they think that you would cheese everything, maybe. Yeah, maybe so. But to be honest, it's PvE, who cares? Like, I have the same thing with Summoners War. Remove that fucking 15% innate RNG. There's only one dungeon that actually has, like, big issues with it. Beep, beep, beep. And almost dead. Not really. Which dungeon? Summoner's War? Steel Fortress. Steel Fortress, you need to land buff block, otherwise this dungeon is unkillable, but every buff blocker in game is kind of ass. Like, there's just simply not a good, like, there is no good, like, real good buff blocker in the game. Like, there are okay buff blockers in the game, but there's no good buff blocker in the game because of the 15% check. Like, if the 15% check was not in there, I could work with legit almost all of the buff blockers. But since that's not the case, it's all kind of ass and trash. Which artisan? This one. Wait, if I put that to higher stuff, I can actually also use the Ether Plague. That are all kind of ass. Yeah, and if I do this on this, then you still have enough speed. I hope, I pray. Okay, you're kind of low on the accuracy right now, though. Yeah, you're a bit low on the accuracy side, but... Ah, you also have a lot of attack. Nice, that's very useful. Yeah. Sometimes you get a high roll on something and you're like, do I want to switch it out? It's like, not really. I'll just see if this works or not. Well, then again, if I miss something, it is big problems. Not having that is also big problems. Another speeder? Thank you, sir. Thank you, kind sir. I highly appreciate that. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Does also have a fair bit of defense. These two are absolutely not used, but sure. Wait, what do you get on Ether Plague, actually? HP and Egg. Okay. Insufficient stability. Your face is insufficient. Huh? How about that? How about that? Let me get rid of a bunch of those boss. So I can give you a little bit of an upgrade arena on this one. Speed or high healing, I don't care which one it is. At least gold. Or yellow, whatever it is. Thank you. I like it when you roll exactly the same fucking shit that's already on there. Okay, that's enough speed. Not an insane amount of HP, but that's okay. Do you think Viper is super strong right now with the Revelation nerfs? Viper's pretty good overall, yeah. Dark Moon on Codex or... Wait. Dark Moon on Claws or Codex for Sharon? For Ho Yun, you mean? Oh, that makes a lot more sense. I would say Dark Mooner. And you go for the Codexer on either your... Well, whatever unit you use for CC, you give that the Codecker. So, Salin's, Codecker, Obel, Codecker. Okay, he's also fast enough to move in front of that. That's good. Edson. I'm pouring reconfiguration chips. It's not funny. Yeah, I feel like they should have, like, if we're talking anything, they could have added to the game as well. Slightly bit more reconfiguration chips would have been nice, right? Nice song. I agree. This one's really nice. 20 million or 22 mil data, no reconfiguration chips. That is a rough. That is a rough one right there. Yellow shell gives, yeah, yellow shells should give more training data, yeah. Or not training data, the reconfiguration chips. Well, at least you're getting more mythic shells right now after the patch. But that's only if you were unlucky. I think the Golden Lion is going to be really goated for this team, by the way. Because with Golden Lion, you're going to stack a lot of accuracy on your Yelly, and therefore you're hitting more armor breaks. And armor breaks, like if you miss like 3-4 armor breaks in a row, that's where you start to deal absolutely no freaking damage at all. You did. Some ego boss would be nice. Yep, I agree. Nice to use S3 without actually having anyone on the twin trick. Gangster move. Oh, this might hurt. You did. Do you have skills? Okay, you have skills. That's good. You have skills? You have skills. Woohoo! See you later, Mr. Rengoku 2. Get the fuck out of here. What's your opinion on Born? Born could use a little bit of a buff. Born could use more of a buff than Rahul and Holden, for sure. But then again, I think he's not that bad the moment you have him skilled up. For the love of God, please nerf Rengoku 2. Oh, yeah. I still don't mind it if they would nerf this thing a bit. Just make it a little bit easy. Just minus 10% HP, something easy. Does Viper counters count for Rengoku to counter? To be honest, no clue. First time I use Viper in this shit. To be honest, I don't know. Are they nerfing some units? No, they're not nerfing a single unit except Revelation, which is kind of hard nerfed. It's gonna kill me. Freaking Death Break. Yeah, that's also a thing in this dungeon. If they just remove the Death Break from this dungeon is so much easier. Is this team safer than other teams? Yeah, it seems like it. I kind of like this team. And then there's like a Fortissimo on the Sanya for healing. Or maybe they should change the element in order, not random. Would help a bit as well. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, this dungeon is not necessarily hard. It's RNG. And RNG is stupid. We don't like stupid ass RNG. Well, actually, we had a really fun argument about RNG at some point. He was like, yeah, but RNG is RNG, and math is math, and therefore, at some point, you can go dry. It's just part of the game. And then Vulcan said, it's like, okay, but why do you do pities then? He was like, yeah, good argument. Yeah, no, we do pities because every game does pities on summons. Like, yeah. So people like pities, therefore you do pities. You're doing it with the thing, Doki, Viper, Arts, and Sanya. 100% consistent, not bad. Next patch, remove pity. That would be funny. I don't have a Doki though. Know how to build Born, Shells, Matrix, tried Law of Silence. You want to go for Count? Definitely you want to go for Count, and I would go for Bulwark. Probably Bulwark, Swift Raid, and Onslaught. Yeah, I think something along those lines. I would just make him as like a high attack based kind of unit. Okay, at least this team is successful. Funny thing is, game without pity is the only game that seems to be lasting the long of any gacha. Well, that is very true, Alucard, and then we're of course talking about Summoners War. But I was talking to Shambi earlier today. The funny thing about Summoners War is people keep playing it because of the community. People keep playing it because they're still invested for a very long time to it already. People keep playing it because you don't have everything. That is kind of the pity thing, or like the no pity thing. But to be honest, Summoners War, like, come to us, does not know how to repeat the recipe for success of Summoners War again. They tried in like 3 or 4 different games right now. All of them failed horribly. So, in my opinion, I think the success of Summoners War is more luck-based, RNG, than anything. Because if there's anyone that should know how to build a gacha game that's long-lasting, it should be Countess, right? In the end, the game is running 11 years. That's insane. But I think it is something that they don't even know how to do it. It's because the first good gacha, also not necessarily true. Because in the end, Summoners War had his... I think the blooming time of Summoners War is like on the 3rd year. Wait, where do you see like the YouTube trends? Search term, Summoners War, and then over... I don't know how long. Okay, not exactly true. Well, actually, no, kind of true. Wait, let me... Wait, does this make sense? Let me start next run. COVID helped Summoners War a lot. True, true. But I think COVID helped everything a lot, so that's not really a fair assessment. Yeah, here's what you see for Summoners War. So, Summoners War was actually released in... Like, Summoners War was released over here. It took pretty much 2 years to get on, like, a really high point. Not sure what happened over here. Wait, what was that? What happened over here? Interesting. But yeah, it took it 2 good years to actually become, like, interesting. Like, the first year, there were pretty much not as much. What was this? Probably a collab. Which collab was this? This is supposedly... which freaking point is that? March 23. 4 collabs ago. Assassin's Creed? I don't know. Street Fighter. No, Street Fighter was way earlier. No, wait, it's double S. Assassin's Creed. Your man knows your updates. Witcher came later as well. But it was around the time of the Assassin's Creed, yeah. Man, at some point I feel like a freaking walking Wikipedia of Summoner's War. Wait, I'm actually curious about a different game. Because I think recently it's been starting to do better as well. Okay, never mind. Never mind. Well, this is kind of the time that I stopped playing. What's this? Ah, okay, so this is a big change in the first place anyways of how things are noticed. How about Etheria restart? Survival game. Well, that's interesting. Okay, let's say for past 12 months. Yeah, definitely a insane peak on launch, and now we're kind of back at the not as much. Yep, definitely quite a bit lower. Ozarus is popping off at the moment. Yeah, Ozarus is insane. Ozarus is doing like the best it's ever had because it's all of the World of Warcraft people are pretty much on OSRS right now. The game is doing insane. No, I can't beat the horse girls. How do you even write that shit? Uma Musume, whatever. How bad do I butcher it? I'll probably butcher the living shit out of that name. Before I search something crazy. Now I type it immediately correct. Okay, sure, whatever. Horse girl. Yeah, this is like the global launch, right? The global launch fucking popped off insanely. I was speaking to Mr. Poke, and he was like, yo, I never made a second channel for anything. But Uma Musume, he was like, yo, I might make a second channel for that one. I've never played it myself, though. I did ask Mr. Poke, he's like, yo, explain me the game. He's like, okay. It's kind of weird, though. But he said, like, the gameplay and shit, he liked it a lot. He even bought, like, a figurine of, like, apparently the most OP breeder unit or something like that. Game made, like, $4 billion. That's insane. That's actually insane numbers. How is, like, the other games? Wait, I want to see this. I actually met a lot of people during... Wait, how the hell is that high? Ain't no way this is true, man. Ain't no fucking way. Ain't no way that fucking Raid Shadow Legends is this high. I don't believe jack shit of this. Their ads work? Okay, I asked this question before in chat. Do you know anyone that plays Raid Shadow Legends? So we're going 2 shekels. I'm asking all of you if you know anyone that actively plays Raid Shadow Legends. Nope, Vulcan doesn't count. Nope, none. Exactly my point, right? No one knows anyone that plays Raid Shadow Legends. How the fuck is this a thing? Like, right? I don't get it. Like, if I ask, like, we're in the gacha space right now. If I asked you for any gacha game, like, we had like one person saying yes. But let's say content creators that just make content don't count. But that's just insane, right? Yeah, to me, that's absolutely insane. Like, in the gacha space, like, if I ask any of you, have you played Epic, or, like, do you know anyone? Like, I'm not asking if you play. I'm asking if you know anyone that plays. That is insane, right? That is insane numbers. Like, not that we have like the craziest amount of people here in chat right now with like numbers, but let's say everyone knows I don't know how many gamers. That's insane. Your mom plays Raid Shadow Legends best game hashtag ad. Shambi, get the fuck out the chat. No, stop, Shambi. How you doing, my man? No, but that's the thing. Like, people were like, I was talking to the people from AMG there and stuff, and they were like, "Say, why don't you make a Raid Shadow Legends channel as well?" So like, because the game fucking ass. It's like everyone sponsoring that shit is just playing because they're sponsored. They're not playing because they want to play Raid Shadow Legends. And they were like, yeah, no, but it's the same as Summoner's War and blah, 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 this and that. I was like, nah, man. Nah, man. I don't, no. I feel like the only people playing Raid Shadow Legends are content creators telling other people that they play Raid Shadow Legends. They don't sponsor you? Oh, man, Raid Shadow Legends has asked me to sponsor me like 1,000,000 times. You know how many times I have ignored them? 1,000,001. Fuck that shit, man. Like, I don't mind playing any game, or like, I don't mind doing any sponsor on any game that I would actually play. Why is Etheria Restart the first sponsor that I actually took? Because I felt like, yo, I might actually end up playing this game. What happened? I ended up playing this game. Here I could make a lot more money if I take every freaking random sponsorship. But I'm not that money hungry that I have to do those. Sure, it's definitely good for like money and maybe growth and get like other stuff in and all of that kind of stuff. Sure, 100%, 100%. But for me, I'm like, yeah, man. I'm fine playing the games I like to play. From what you heard, Raid is really good PvE. I couldn't tell. Shambi, you played the game for ads, right? How good is it? Probably it's not a bad game, but it's so over-marketed that it's just... It became a meme that you're almost a sellout if you do Raid content. How does that work? If you don't mind. Depends on the thing. Like sometimes you have like a fixed contract that you make an X amount of videos and you have an X amount of views, and based on X amount of views you get paid. Sometimes it's just make the video, you get paid regardless of the views. Sometimes it's by the amount of downloads. There's just depends on the structure. Can't wait to see our opponents in GVG. Last week we actually had a good guild already. We were playing against an Asia top guild, and we stomped the living shit out of him. Don't tell this to Shambi. I'll make a bit more money. Hey, I don't call out anyone that actually does it, but for me, it's just like, I don't want to make promotions out of shit that I wouldn't be playing. I don't like it. Played Raids 5 years before you started. Watches Realm and now Etheria. Both games way more enjoyable than ever Raid. Fair. Can you explain the patch notes for this? All shells skill 1 no longer have effect. To be honest, no fucking clue. In all honesty, I have no clue about that line as well. Like, does that mean that Revelation no longer activates on skill 1s? I have no clue. Raids is like vegans telling you to stop eating meat. No. Raid Shadow Legends ads, let's keep in the same quadrant, but actually make it how it is. Raid Shadow Legends ads are people that are not vegan telling you to be vegan. That is Raid Shadow Legends ads. Because they are not vegan themselves, but they are telling you to be vegan. That is Raid Shadow Legends ads right there. I think that's the best comparison. It's fucking bullshit. Well, to be honest, fair is fair. I never gave the game a try. I didn't even log in. So I'm bashing on the game even though not knowing the game. But the fact that I don't know anyone that knows anyone that plays the game, two shackles, already shows me this game is kind of weird. Like, I don't know, man. What's your clear rate for Rengoku? I think this team is pretty good on rates, actually. We got massacred by Madness Guild from last week. I think the top guilds right now, at least that I know, are probably Madness, Scarlet, and Big. I think that we three would be the biggest guild, or like the strongest guilds. So what changes for PvE teams do you see with the Shell Turn update? What do you mean Shell Turn update? Arcadia seems strong. I don't know Arcadia though, but could be strong as well, yeah. Well, that's also, I'm naming the 3 guilds that I do actually actively know, so that's... The other guilds I'm not that familiar with. But if we're looking at like top RTA players, these 3 guilds pretty much cover a whole big portion of it. Will you change your playstyle on RTA? I will definitely change playstyle on RTA. I think I will go more towards like Bruiser-ish CC with Bulwark. Sebastian, how you doing? How were the holidays? Pretty good. Pretty darn good. Only big issue was I was in Shanghai at the worst time to be in Shanghai, which is like it was way too fucking hot over there. But my playstyle was never like full-on Revelation. I only have like 4 Revelations, to be honest. It's not that I ever was like a full Revelation stacker. But yeah, to go back to Shanghai, it was 36 degrees, felt like 46. In Fahrenheit, I looked it up, that's about like 96 of like normal temperature, but the field temperature was like 114.5. And yeah, if it's just like, that's the difference. If it's like 45 degrees, but it's like this dry, hot, kind of desert-ish kind of hot, it is very hot, but it's not crazy. But if you have like this humidity, super hot, craziness shit, man, you're dying. Any good food? Yeah, definitely. Well, I just went for the places that I normally ate in Shanghai. I didn't really try to find any new places. But also the only thing was the place where we had the hotel with XD company, it was freaking far remote. It was so far remote. I sent it to a bunch of friends of mine in Shanghai, and they were looking at us like, one dude says like, brother, you're in fucking Egypt. The other dude said like, yo, whoever put you in the hotel in here in Shanghai should be fired from Shanghai. It's like, not be fired from the company, you should be fired from the fucking city. This is not freaking Shanghai. What do you target for Sharon farming? I'm targeting for Golden Lions. Wait, let me show you this. Maps. To let me not dox myself at the process. Here we have Shanghai right over there. So this tiny bit of shit ton of buildings is Shanghai. Yeah, this thing is kind of huge. So Shanghai downtown is about Bund, East Nanjing. Yep, it's about here. So I have my hotel, let's say around here, direction from here. So my hotel was actually, I think it was East Nanjing Road. Wait, it's always annoying with these maps overlaying shit because they're not on the same track. My hotel was over here. No, we don't have to share shit. Directions to here. Yep, sure. Remove one. Can we remove one? Well, let's just see. So this is where downtown is, right? We were located. Fucking. It was supposedly Baoshan, this. Came from this road, somewhere over here. Don't really recognize it, but let's say somewhere around here. That's where we were fucking located. This is downtown Shanghai. Yeah, we were kind of far from the place. But then again, the venue was somewhere over here-ish. Yeah, we were like super freaking far. We only went downtown once, but like as you see, it's like fucking 30 minutes, which is age. Then again, where I used to live, I can dox my own like old living place because that doesn't matter. Shanghai Jiaotong University. I lived when I was living in Shanghai. I lived over here, and I lived over the here. So if we add that to the destination, I came from kind of far as well. Wait, let's actually if we drag that in different order. Oh, let's put you over there. So yeah, I used to live all the way in the south. We called ourselves the Minhang farmers. We were from like Minhang. And because it's that freaking far, we always called ourselves farmers. We called ourselves the freaking Minhang farmers. Only thing that was kind of chill is like going to the airport. We could like go through here and like pretty much skip the whole city traffic, which was kind of nice. But yeah, that was about it. Do you speak Mandarin? I speak a little bit, but it's been a while since I lived there and had to speak Mandarin properly. And I speak very functional, small, simple words Mandarin to make myself understandable and not have to do all too much blah, blah, blah. So mainly for like taxis, for shouting at people, for food, like that kind of stuff. Shanghai, you should try the Xiaoyang soup dumplings. They're good. Yep, they're definitely good. Well, then again, if you ask a foreigner, did you eat the local food in Shanghai, like Shanghai local food? We don't fucking know, man. We don't fucking know what's local food in which region in China. For us, it's all Chinese food. Speak Mandarin? That's insane. 我可以说一点点中文。但是现在我不可以说很多，所以我没有说。Something like that. You used to speak English there? Yeah, I was in the university, and at the university, all of my classes were in English. And then my professor spoke Chinglish. They were kind of doing the same thing I was doing in Shanghai. They went to like UCLA and that kind of stuff, and then they just hang around with like Chinese people there, so they still spoke Chinese there and they didn't speak that much English. I did the same in reverse in China. I went to China and I was just hanging around with international people mostly, or I was hanging around with Chinese that could also speak English. So I kind of did the same thing. But let's say the first year I was very motivated to learn Chinese. Also had a Chinese girlfriend at that time. At that time, my Chinese improved really a lot. At some point, that broke up. And then at some point, like the motivation just went kind of crashing down. What did you study over there? I studied software engineering. So I got the software engineering master degrees of one of the highest universities in the world. Wait, let's see. Software engineering Shanghai Jiaotong ranking. Let's see what the ranking is for the moment. Wait, it's actually ranked 1 at the moment. Not fully agree. Oh no, this is just in Shanghai. Chinese is very difficult. Chinese is, to be honest, not necessarily difficult. It's a lot. Like, I don't think it's the language is necessarily very difficult to learn. It's just a lot to learn. Because let's say that, let's say I start learning French. I can already read French because I can read Latin characters. I kind of know how to pronounce it because I can read it. It's probably kind of wrong, but I could try to pronounce it. That's already 2 really big plus points, which are insane, which if you learn Chinese, you don't have that shit. And then you finally know one character, and you know another character, and you put them together, and they mean something completely different, which makes absolutely no sense. Wait, let me put that to Google Translate. Okay, so let me start the next one. Chinese 101 not making sense. Well, let me give you a little bit of that. Okay, not making sense for foreigner, let's call it that way. So we have East. East is Dong, which is this. That is the character for East, right? Oh, wait, you don't really see the full screen. A little bit more screen. East. Okay, fair, right? Then we have West. Qi. Shifang is like the full original thing, but just that. So let's say we put those together, Dong Shi, and let's see if it translates that. Yep, these are exactly the ones that I need. We go for that towards English. It means things, stuff. The fuck? This is East. This is West. Together, they mean stuff. Because let's say if I put a dot in it, does it understand? No. But yeah, one of those things. The actual idea behind this, because you could buy stuff in the East, buy stuff in the West, so that's where the markets were, and therefore Dongxi together is stuff. So yeah, that's kind of one of those things. Like, it's not necessarily difficult. It is just a lot. Because you have to learn all of the individual characters, the combination of the characters, blah, 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 that kind of stuff. And then you have to learn how to pronounce it, and you have to learn how to say the tones, because you have like ma and ma and ma, and those are three completely different words. And I don't even remember which one is which, but one is calling your mom, and the other one is calling a horse. And it's like, you could go very wrong on that one. Someone asked, how many languages do I speak? I speak Dutch, which is the native language in the Netherlands. Then I speak English. I speak a little bit of German, a little bit of Chinese, and I can swear in probably another 10 languages. But then it's like 3 swearing words in every language. Any curses in Portuguese? Oh, Portuguese. I remember Oi tudo bem, which is like, how you doing or something like that. Obrigado, which is thank you. I think puta also works in Portuguese, right? I'm not sure. I did remember one, but I don't remember which one it was. Or I should have known one, let's call it that way. Some Portuguese here. Fair bit, actually. Are you guys from Brazil or are you guys from Portugal itself? I don't know if you can spell it, but I'm trying. Oh, Gio. I have no clue what I'm saying, though. You're in Switzerland? Okay, fair. I think that's not going to be a clear. I do know more Spanish than Portuguese because I used to live with Colombians. The rooster doesn't give a fuck. Nice. It's also funny in different languages what kind of creative stuff they're swearing with. Like, Dutch is the only language, apparently in the whole fucking world, where the most common swearing thing is diseases. It's so random, right? But the only fucking country in the whole fucking world that goes for full-on diseases swearing. Doesn't make any sense, man. Like, everything is like either your mom, religion-based. I think it's mostly moms, right? There's a few more things which are common. But in the Netherlands, it's just straight up diseases. Like, it's crazy. Dogs, fair bit, yeah. Now, for us, like, the most powerful swearing word, which could be used for legitimately everything, is cancer. And sure, some things like you could say it's like, oh, this boss is cancer. That is something that would be normal in English. And everyone would understand, like, this boss is not chill to do. But for us, we could say, we even have a word for cancer sufferer. That's a thing. But it also, we use it like fuck. So if something is big, you could say something is fucking big, right? But in the Netherlands, we would say it's cancer big. It's a Dutch thing, man. It's a Dutch thing. I thought it was video game language. No, technically it's a Dutch thing. It's absolutely a Dutch thing. Is using Chinese beneficial in software engineering, big platforms, Stack Overflow, using the West? To be honest, no. No, you're not going to get that much benefits out of learning basic Chinese. I would say if your Chinese is on really good level, it will be beneficial. But that is the thing. Like, there's a difference between business English and just random movie English, right? Like, random movie English is pretty much what I speak in English. But business English, you go more into it in depth in like certain terminology. You have like more vocabulary, you have more interesting words, blah, 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 that kind of stuff. That's business English. But you have that for every language. And if you want to speak Chinese towards like a useful level, you need to be on a business level of the language, which would take you probably at least 3 to 4 years of full-time studying. Or let's say 2 years full-time studying. If you do it kind of on the side, but a lot, maybe 4 or 5 years. Portugal is a tourist destination. I've only been to Albufeira, but Albufeira has a lot of Dutch tourists. But that's the only place I've went to in Portugal. When is the patch release? Tomorrow. And the units release the day after tomorrow. Chinese paragraphs written by Asian people are very hard to understand. True. You need to go on holidays in Portugal. Did before. I went to Albufeira. Albufeira was pretty nice. But then again, it was a drinking holiday. So one of those typical, like, Mediterranean kind of areas. Well, technically, Portugal, Albufeira is not Mediterranean, I guess. Not sure. Probably not. Because it's not past Gibraltar. I guess. Yeah, it's not. But yeah, that was just one of those typical, like, drinking holidays. It's Atlantic. Yeah, makes sense. But that was pretty nice, yeah. Building born work for PvP or waste a lot ties. I would say there's better options than Born at the moment. Like, I don't think Born is bad, but there's definitely better options. Kodaker? Not so Kodaker. I found full skill sets for the Zone Multiplier. Can send it on Discord. Please do. And also, where the fuck did you find that shit? Yeah, put it in the general chat in Discord. I'm pretty curious. How much speed do you have on your Viper? My Viper is looking at a plus 156. Born requires a lot of investment. I think Born is pretty nice, but yeah, it requires quite some. At the hospital, about to have a baby, so gonna grind Etheria while here. Wait, your wait, your wife is a labor and you're just casually watching streams? That's insane, brother. That's insane. I have no clue what I would do, to be honest. But that's insane. That's the Discord link. They're on the official Discord on the section of Etheria only. Really? Wait, let me check. Etheria only chat? Did someone just post them or? Oh, first week. Okay, interesting. Plot this is actually the wife. Yeah, that's an option. Well, to be honest, I expect all of you guys to be guys out there because in the demographics, I can see that they only have like 1% female viewers. So my biggest odds, like statistical wise, I can call all of you guys and not be wrong. So guys are, how are you doing? I'm liking this team for the Rengoku too. I could make a video on this, but then people bitches like, yeah, but you're using Lily and Jelly, don't have that shit. Okay. So yeah, I'm kind of always like, do I actually want to make videos on that stuff? I don't know. But then again, I do feel like that a lot of people do kind of have these units. Well, the best free-to-play team is still the Vice Linglo kind of team out there. Wait, did you send it in the Discord already? Looking right now, gives you a second. Sure thing. Well, actually, Yelly was already in the assets back in January. So I'm pretty sure all of the units that are released right now, they are already finished and already made. Actually, we got like shirts from Etheria Restart as like merchandise. And Gacha Smack got the shirt of Lightning. And Lightning is the hollow version of Obel. Which, they already got merch on the shirts, but they didn't actually have the unit in game yet. This game better than Summoner's War? It's kind of similar, but kind of different. This game is easy for casual play. Go Mythic while playing super casual and free to play. Yeah, I think this game is not that hard. You just have to do the right things. And doing the right things takes time and effort to actually look up what the right things are. And then people start complaining that they have to look up shit. Using the same team with Doki Doki and the Ting would be a bit slower, I guess, but can see that work. Yeah, but I don't have to either, but I don't want to just watch a video and then don't leave a comment. Yeah, that's the main thing. Like, the people that don't have the units that you showcase will always mention it, whereas the units, or like the people that do have the units, won't mention it. Or you're a Summons War player for 10 years and might find it a lot easier. True. If you play similar games already, I think if you play Summoners War, you have the biggest advantage in this game. If you played Epic 7, it's the second biggest advantage. If you played Honkai Star Rail, Genshin Impact, you might have a slight advantage, but it's not as much. We got a subscriber from Babo. Thank you very much, my man. Either Arena Mythic is quite easy. Yeah, either Arena Mythic is very easy. Or at least it was very easy in the first 2 times. Now the player base is a little bit smaller, so it might be a little bit harder. Because either Arena, the amount of points that's generated in the big pool is really dependent on how many people are actually playing. So I think that a lot of people did get Mythic in normal Arena, but the amount of people getting Mythic in RTA was about like 250-ish. And I do think next season it's going to be a lot less because we just have way less players. Pulled Light Spectre Princess in a sec in the last 6 days from like 20 LDs. Grats. One is really good, the other one is really trash. Let's see if we were right a second time on the champion call. Yay! Free crystals. How's the other team doing so far? Oh, they have to fight later on. Less players? Yeah, that's just simply more people quitting. Well, that is not going to happen anymore tomorrow. Improvements. Are you streaming Summoners War Collab tomorrow? Yes. I am not 100% sure if it goes live tomorrow or the day after tomorrow, though. But yeah, I will be busy streaming both tomorrow, I guess. Whichever update comes first, I'll play first. But both Summoners War and Etheria Restart have big patch tomorrow. But the unit patch is the day after tomorrow for Etheria Restart. So I think I'll give some more towards Summoners War because that's like testing a whole bunch of new units and stuff. But the thing is with the Summoners War collab, the reason that I'm not sure when the patch is in for Summoners War is because everything did say on the 30th, but the asset for SWC set on the 31st. And that kind of made me, I'm like, I am not sure. Champion Call is brutal. To be honest, I would like it that they removed Champion Call from the whole pool. Like, Champion Call is not fun, man. Like, for me, if I take proper time to look at, like, whatever is what and that kind of stuff, you can kind of figure it out, and it's a bunch of free crystals. But I do know for the majority of the player base, they just don't like it. I really wouldn't mind if they removed the Champion Call. And did. We could reset this for free anyways. It's bad that you need to log in at certain times for the predictions. That's very true as well. I had that 1 or 2 days where I was like, oh shit, I didn't do the calls yet, and then like the whole thing was over already. Or you have to bet on the one match where you're not sure of. Like, if you could make the bets, at least for the first 4 right away, it would be a lot more chill. Then you just put in 2 bets and you just see whatever happens, right? Well, in most cases, if I take my time to see who should win, I do bet pretty good on those. Because I think I only, like, I did a lot of them wrong because I trusted the AI just for a video. But besides that one, I think I have, like, one wrong out of, like, 9 other bets or so. How much HP extra is this? 20. That's a fair amount. Yeah, if they let us bet like the first 4 matches right away, would be very chill. But I don't think they would start doing that now. Unfortunately. Is the patch here? Not yet. Tomorrow. I'm actually not sure what time tomorrow. Anyone knows? Probably in a notice somewhere. "10 a.m. as usual." Yeah, that makes sense. I got a freaking sheep. So is Liam Kid out? Not fully yet, no. Freaking sheeps. What do you think is the strongest guild at the moment? Oh, we don't know. Until the actual strong guilds fight one another, we don't know. You could make assumptions. Like, the only technical thing we could say is Big from Europe had most amount of players in the top 8 at EWS. But does that mean that therefore we're a stronger guild? No. 10 a.m. You have to see that. Convert that to Amsterdam time. Yeah, whatever. No, that's the current time. You're useless to me. But yeah, I think that's yeah, I think that's 10 a.m. for us, or 9 a.m. Or +7. Yeah, that makes sense. I wonder if they're gonna do some hot fixes towards like the thing itself. They have done that in the past, where they add more stuff to the notices. Please, if they add anything to the notice, nerf Rengoku just to make people happy. Like, I don't care if Rengoku is nerfed or not for me. Like, in all honesty, I don't give a shit if it's nerfed for me or not. But just simply to make other people happier, nerf fucking Rengoku. Scarlet at 5 out of the 10 top 10 in RTA. Okay, that's definitely insane as well. I think Big only had 1. I think only Watchon was in there. Maybe someone else. Do you know how much speed the new LD is? No, we don't know shit yet. How many scrolls have you saved for the collab? Ooh, I think I'm sitting about like 2.5k scrolls. I haven't spent on the Summoners War in a bit, except for like TOA reset. Oh, actually, about TOA reset, I haven't done the TOA Hell yet. Yeah, I'll probably do that tomorrow if there's nothing to do. But I think I'll do the summons before that, like the main summons. Hope there is a reset event within the update. That would be really nice. Yeah, I think if they want to make a big W towards the community right now, if they want to win a lot of people over right now, they do 2 things. A, they nerf Rengoku. B, they give the reset event. If they do that right now and people are still complaining, they're a bunch of bitches, right? So if XD Company, like if I had a direct line with XD Company right now, and it would say, it's like, yo, what would you do? I would just say, just give it. Just give it to make people happy, because fuck it, why not? Because the moment you make people happy on patch day, they're more likely to buy shit. So I think it's actually business-wise a really smart move to just make people happy on patch day. And how can they do that? Very easily. Reset event and nerf Rengoku. But we have seen it before where they give like notices of certain things. Just in like a few hours after posting the first notice. So I'm in slight hope that they still add more stuff to the notice. Why do you think it's that people quit the game? I think that people quit the game over a bunch of reasons. I think one of the biggest reasons is that this game is too grindy and they did not expect that much of a grindy game. Because they came from non-grindy games and they expected something similar. I think that's a really big reason. I think that's actually the biggest reason. Like, yeah, it's just a super grindy game and it's difficult. I think that's what most people would quit over. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But the game being in general difficult, you not getting what you like to get for like drops and stuff, I think those are pretty much the general things that make people quit. You not being able to farm certain stages makes people quit. I found my biggest hater out there. Someone made a video on like my video with the dev talk and then called it like the biggest brain dead take ever. I watched like a few minutes of it, like, yeah, you took everything out of proportion and you misinterpreted like pretty much every take I had. I was like, I don't care. That was my only, I watched a few minutes of it. I'm like, you completely missed every point I made and I don't care. That's it. I just pressed Alt F4 and I went on with my day. Oh man, that's kind of those things. Yeah, that's like the first few takes I saw. It's like at some point, the moment that he said, or like a lot of the comments said that I treat this as a full-time job. And the first thing he actually said was, this game takes less time to do all of your dailies than Genshin Impact. And it's done really fast and over. I was like, that's a pretty interesting take right there already. But sure, man, sure. Like, at first he was complaining there was too little content, and then all of his comment section was like, yeah, he treats it like a full-time job and he plays way too much and therefore he's that much better. I'm like, you complain there's too little to do? I don't know, you figure it out, you do the math on that. Can she do Rengoku build team? Sure. I might actually use this for a video at some point, because I do think people will be farming Rengoku, right? I'm not sure about Union Boss, that kind of stuff. You can do all the daily... Well, the thing is, to be honest, for me, dailies in this game means that you did all of your refresh stability. And that is already a very big difference in mentality of the game. That just is a complete mismatch. Like, to be honest, if you want to compete in this game and you're not doing daily refreshes, you're not gonna get there. That's the honest truth. Like it's the same thing. It's in Summoners War. If you're not farming, you're not gonna get upgrades. You're not gonna get upgrades by you getting more Latices. Like, sure, a bit, but you actually have to farm shit. Like, sure, you can progress if you don't refresh, but if you don't refresh, you're gonna progress a lot slower than people that do refresh. And then you might claim it's like, yeah, but that is pay to win. Well, the honest truth is, I know a lot of free-to-play players that never spend a dime on this game that have been doing all of their refreshes every fucking day. It's like, that's the thing. Like, what people don't understand is like, oh, but pay-to-win people have more resources. It's like, in what? Like, sure, they have more Latices, but besides that, they don't have more resources on a lot of things. I can tell you the other side of the story. I was sitting next to Kaylee and Bao at a dinner, and the dude was pretty much like, how are you gonna make the money? There's nothing to buy in this game. There's nothing to buy in this game. Why would I play this game? There's nothing to buy in this game. How are you gonna make the money? He was on for that for an hour and a half. I'm like, Kayleen Bell, you're a different breed. Calm the fuck down. It's like, that is real pay to win, boys. Not spending 500 bucks. Like I said in that video, it's like, people spent 500 bucks, made it to the top 8, and therefore the game is relatively free-to-play friendly. And he's like, oh yeah, it's free-to-play if you've spent 500. I'm like, oh my fucking god. That's not what I said. What I said was, in a game that you could pay to win, or you could free-to-play, people with just 500 euros can make it to the top 8 of the game. Whereas, of course, spending helps you more than playing free-to-play. That's obvious. Like, that's 1 plus 1. Like, a fucking child can figure that part out, that spending should technically help you more. Otherwise, there's no reason to spend. And he was like, yeah, you just have to spend 500. It's like, yeah, okay, whatever. Shit video. Ended that. Where's the build? Sorry, I forgot. I'll do it after this one. You're refreshing max from day 1 and you're sitting at 30 crystals right now. Exactly. Clear is one of those perfect examples. As long as you're clearing all of the content, like you get your triple S's in, your Union Boss and the Phantom Theater and all of that kind of good stuff, and you get like decent ranks on all of the difficult events, and you play the game, you get all of the stuff, you just have a lot of shit. By the way, did Kalian Bao beat Kecker with his own account, or was that a setup? Was not his own account. You tag me? Ooh, let's check that out. I think I've seen that before. Yeah, it's about bleeding, right? I didn't know it was about bleeding. Yeah, let me check that in a second. I'll first finish this run. Wait, let's actually do it in the meantime. We can do that in the meantime. We can do the double up. So what do we have for skills? Piercing deals 5 hits. Damage equal to 55% of his can't reach it. Is that a random enemy? Yeah. I don't like when it says random. If like 1 stack of bleeding, okay. Speed with turn 1 down, yep. If it less critical, it applies this effect doubled. Ooh, that's insane. Skill 2 passive, okay. When the enemy inflicts 3 stacks of bleeding, the also deals damage of his attack to the enemy with a 40 chance to decrease turn meter, okay. And silence, okay. Well, seems strong, perform conversion, deal damage equal to his attack for every stack of bleeding. He seems strong though. I don't like the part where it says random enemy. Like, if that random enemy wasn't there, I would say this guy hella W. But that's... I expected this one to show up as the next LD, but I think it's the next LD. Sanya better than Rengoku for Fucho? Yep. For Rengoku it is. But yeah, seems pretty strong. Maybe that's why they do the random thing. But that's also something that was showcased way back. I'm not even sure if it's true or not. After Lilium is probably a light unit. True. That's also... It would make sense that they first do a light unit and then they do this one. I haven't seen any data mine on a different light unit, to be honest. But I think after Lilium, we will have Lightning, which is the hollow version of Obol. I'm very much expecting that one. And then after that, we probably do get this dude then, I guess. Oh, I'm already out of, almost out of that stuff right now. Didn't get a single freaking, what's it called, Golden Lion with any extra stats. That sucks. Okay, for the stats, sorry if you're still here. So this is the one over here. We got Fortissimo on Swift Rush Bloodbath. Bloodbath is full, Swift Rush is half. Evil Guard is in use. High HP, high speed is what we're aiming for. This thing is full on speed, not needing that much on speed. You don't need that much speed. Also this, the 216. Yeah, it's not needed. Also, Kodecker, I would say Jackal Guard probably better. You don't need Kodecker for this. And then just a bit of tankiness and whatever. My Yelly is on the momentum, and I do like the momentum on this the most. And then that's about it. And yeah, Revelation, of course. And then this thing is just a typical Viper, Swift Rush, Strife, either Plague with also all of those, 182, and then tankiness after. As a godlike codec, this codec is definitely pretty godlike. 20 on the codecker, 26, and an 8. It's my best codecker I have. Plus also these 3 stats, but I have 3 of those. No problem. I think I'll make it into a video. And I do showcase it as well with like the... Are you gonna make a bruiser team? You mean for RTA? I think I'll play like a little bit of every play style. Yeah, I got 3 of those like legit within 2 hours. Like RNG doesn't make sense. I got like 3 of those exact with Swift Rush, Bulwark, Swift Smite in like 2-3 hours of time. And then afterwards never got anything like that again. Gonna build Holden? I will most likely build Holden. Are you gonna pull for Lilium? Yeah, I will try. I only have about 26 summons and I already had like 10 on the previous banner. So odds of me pulling isn't guaranteed. If he feels strong, I might spend a little bit. 4 days of 100% Rengoku, only 1. Well, I did a really long time of Rengoku 2 before farming other things, though. Just pull with your wallet? I could. You want to give an alternative to the team for people swapping and not bitching? A Lily Yelly for the thing Vice? Worked for you? Yeah, I would say so. I would say so. Wait, should I actually try if that works for me right now? I don't have Vice build, though. And then I would have to give Vice the sets. No, I would have to give Vice a proper set. The thing has kind of a set. Let's see if I can make a leftover Vice, which would be good enough. Hello, Vice. Can we give you a proper set? What will we do on Vice? Gigabyter? Yeah, let's go Gigabyter. Wait, do I use any of my time weaves? Not really at the moment. Whoops, not that button. I have another one, Act, right? You are currently not in use, so we can use that. That's fine. There's more enough stats on that. Just kind of want to see if it works. If it works, I'll probably do a video on it. I'm currently not using claws. Would be better if you go for an HP. Or do we have an HP on you? There's a little bit of HP. Well, that is Ack. Let's get the HP though. What about the one over here? Could steal Heinrich. No, I don't wanna. You're in use. A little bit of HP. Had everything on Bloodbath besides the thing. Didn't try without. Yeah, that's could work where you go Bloodbath. That's totally true. Yeah, Bloodbath probably does do a little bit more work, but let's just see if it works. Just curious. Do you think we will get a reset event? I don't think so. But it would be a very good take if they do. But then again, if people would say it's like, oh, I'm going to use, like, that's also the main thing about reset events. I am 100% sure, like 1,000% sure, people will use the reset event on certain things. They will put lattices in back later anyways. Because if you're going to reset your Freya because of the skill 1, Freya is still fucking good. Like, Revelation or not, Freya is the fastest unit in game. Like, Freya on Bulwark, there is no unit faster than Freya on Bulwark. It's impossible. Like, I did the math. My Lily that is sitting over here, this Lily is a 3-4-3. With Bulwark and Freya, she's sitting at a 3-5-7. So that is a plus 13 speed. If I were to put the same set on Freya, my Freya would be at 370. There is no faster thing than Freya in this game. It is impossible. So Freya skill 1 in the end is still good. Not sure if this is gonna work though, but let's see. I don't know what I would reset right now besides SRs. Yeah, exactly. Like SRs, I could really understand people resetting a Yang. Resetting Yang makes all the sense. Resetting the thing, I would not reset the thing at all. No, absolutely not. Like, what would be... you would reset Rosa. I think Rosa's still good, though. Rosa is arguably one that you could consider. Celine is good for reset. I would say that, yeah. Reset Gray, Freya skill 1 gives 4% extra speed to every buff on the field. You have Yelly. It is still nice to use Rosa. Like, sure, maybe not for Aurora, but you can use Rosa for other things. Thoughts on Nell? I'm not sure about Nell. Doesn't really strike me as that strong as of yet. Would love to reset Shiada and Mocha. Those two I do understand. Those two I 100% understand. Like, Shiada and Romocha resetting makes all the sense. But that is not because of the PV, or like not because of the nerfs, right? That's just you want to reset it because you have other things to work with. So that's kind of the point where I would say is like, do we want resets for the right reasons? Because in the end, any Revelation unit you want to reset, Salins, makes sense. RC77, makes sense. Yang, makes sense. Anything else is actually kind of bullshit. Anything else resetting is just you want to reset because of resetting, you don't want to reset because of nerfs. And that is the kind of a counter argument why I don't think we're gonna have a reset event. Good question would be, why would you not want to allow resets from time to time? It's just a typical game thing that they don't really like doing that shit. Why not, might you ask? Main reason is because one of the biggest things these games make money on is the lattices early game. Like, it's by far, people that normally wouldn't spend shit would still argue spending for skill ups, and they lose a lot of money by doing that. That's pretty much the only reason. Because the best thing you can buy in the game right now, by an insane long shot, is lattices. So they would lose like money by a fair amount for giving stuff for free. Sanya's on Bloodbath, yeah. It's the only one on Bloodbath in this whole team. But I'm not sure that Dolphins will spend $50 on a lattice. No, but that's exactly what I'm saying. Like, you don't care about Dolphins. You care about people that are slightly more than Dolphins. People that spend $500 in the game. Those $500 go straight to lattices. Like, if they give, let's call it like this. Every lattice you can buy is $30 to $50. If you reset a unit with 12 lattices, they technically, not really, but technically lose $300 to $500 that you could have spent in the game. Sure, not all of them are going to do that. But the biggest point where you could make a lot of money is lattices. So therefore, they don't like giving those out for free. Do I therefore still say, like, don't do it? No, to be honest, you're making so many L's at the moment in this game that you would make so many people happy if you would do the reset event. But even if they do like a smaller version of the reset event, give like 2 units reset. Maybe just 1 unit reset. Okay, maybe 2 or 3. But you're gonna make so many W's in the game if you give resets right now and you nerf this stupid dungeon, that for that reason, I would still say do it. Most lattices you get for free. True. But then it takes you more time. At the moment, I would just say it's like, just do it to make the community happy. Because that is very high value for the longevity of your game, and in the long run, it's going to make you more money. But if they're actually going to do it, I don't know. Do we actually know how many lattices we get per month? Jack told me that they did the math, and if you get everything to the max extent of the game, you can get upwards of 20 lattices per month. That's a lot, though. That's a fair bit. I'm not sure how they did the math. I'm not sure if it's true. I didn't double check anything. But he said 20 lattices per month. If you buy everything, no, that's just not if you buy everything in like for like cash buying everything, but you buy everything with like the normal in-game resources. Well, the thing is where I'm not sure if the number is true. Do you take everything from the AnySync Echo? Because AnySync Echo is a one-time clear, right? So I think in the first 2 months, you can probably get like 40 in total. I believe that. But that is because you clear a lot of AnySync Echo. But should we, for fun, the main thing that I bought were lattices as well. But should we, for fun, check how many lattice investments I actually did? Because I think it's an insane amount, actually. I'm actually curious. Let's check that after this run. I think they're including first-time rewards, yeah. But let's make a number of how many lattices did you think I used on my account? Bye-bye, Vice. Well, the team works. It's definitely not the safest out there, but it's for free-to-play. I don't know, 40? I'm not sure. I think more than 40. I wouldn't be surprised if I'm like 50-ish. Okay, this should kill. Nice. Say 55? Yeah, let's do the math on that. And we don't need those. Okay, the last few I will use later on. Okay, let's see. Okay, first we have Messiah, and Messiah has 3. Right? 1, 2, 3. Yep. 3 plus, well, let's actually get in. Okay, can we make this a little bit smaller? What? Okay, so we have you on 7. Okay, this does not really help if it's make you a little bit smaller. We got 7 over here. How many do we have? That is another 8. That is another 8. That is another 8. That is another 12. That is another 4. That is another 12. That is another 8. I think that's about it. Oh, wait, no. Missing 3. 70. I did 70. Even 60 per month is a lot. How many weeks of playtime do we have? Like, I think 70 is a fair amount. Honestly, did quick math around 16 per month. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if you get 16 per month, to be honest. $55 days since launch. That's averaging 1 per day. Yeah, 70 is not bad numbers. Well, to be honest, everything that I bought, or almost not everything, most things that I did buy was buying these things. That's the main thing I've bought most of the time. Because I just think that lattices just have like the highest value. You got 10 with money? To be fair, I think I got like 15. 15 with money. Maybe, did I get 15 with money? 10 to 15 is with money. So you got 55. For most people. If you cleared all content. Yeah, I got a bunch of like payback stuff from other things. Use all of it in the first month. No, I actually got that later on. Wait, where's the... Oh, yeah. But yeah, let's say you got 55 if you played all content. That's a fair bit, though. Does it count for RNG fragments? I did do a fair bit of the... Like, I used a fair bit of crystals. I was sitting... If I didn't do any of the Dreamweave, I was sitting probably at 15k crystals. So yeah, fair is fair. But then again, 55, it's not bad numbers. And yeah, I did clear Amber Track since first rotation. I cleared Ethernet Rally since first rotation, and I cleared Anysync Echo fully. What did you even get from the event, Dreamweave? I got all of the... I did all 300 on the lattice pieces. The moment that you don't need lattice, people would complain about not having enough units. Yeah, there's always something to complain about. That's very true. Only got 51? Yeah, I think people should be getting, like, if they played everything, around 50-ish. And then there's some RNG values in there as well. Like, for example, the cubic game. If you do the cubic game max on lattice, you can get like 10 to 12 lattice pieces in one go from the cubic game in a day. Do you have enough tickets for Lilium? Nope. Nope, I don't. I have 28. But yeah, and yet the Rengoku team did actually work. Super safe? Not really. Well, I guess if you optimize all of this, it would be decent. But I quite like this team. Cubic game is way too RNG. Yeah, I don't like the cubic game for giving the different kind of drops. It would be nice if the cubic game at least had like the same 5 different drops on the board, and then whatever you place them and how you place them, that's up to you. But it would be nice if there's at least always one crystal, one summon, one what's it called? This cubic game gave you like 15 summons and 500 gems. That's insane. Yeah, it would be not like, the thing is, at some point you just have the cubic game where it's only like training data and Etheria coin, and you're like, yeah, that's not really helping me out. I'm actually kind of looking forward to Cage Rumble. Like, Loki, I kind of liked Cage Rumble a lot. And I think I definitely could get like the highest rank of Cage Rumble right now. Which skills do you need on Sania SR? Sania is full maxed. Same now that we have units. Yeah, exactly. Like now we have a lot of units, so now Cage Rumble is fun. Trying to farm Golden Lion for Cage, but have 0. Yeah, that's kind of the thing that I'm also trying to do. Like, the Golden Lion is absolutely goated in Cage Rumble. It's like by a really long shot the strongest. Is shield that can be dispelled or stripped, for example, Fucho and Hellkit? Yeah, you can strip off the shield. I built Coloros for Cage Rumble. I also have like a 6-star Coloros. No skill ups, but I have him 6-star. I'm very happy that the devs aren't craving the pressure and build the game that they believe is good. To a certain extent, yes. To a certain extent, they could be a little bit more community friendly. Coloros doesn't really need, seems need skill ups. Not really. 2x event dates. Why the hell is this one dude shouting 2x event dates like 4 times in a row? Do you want to know them? Do you have them? Or what do you want? The fuck you want, bro? Planning to build up a Victor for Cage Rumble? Do you think he's good? I'm not sure. I think the main DPSs are Rosa, Coloros, Yelly, the Thing. And then maybe a few, like, additionals on that. Wait, what does... You also get something extra from this. Is that permanent? Is this permanently stacking or something? I don't know. Where's the Rengoku nerf? I would be fine if they nerf Rengoku a little bit. It is? Well, then if you cycle Void a lot, you get a lot of permanent attack. Rengoku is not hard anymore. I think it's doable if you have the right units. And you build like a proper team. But that's kind of the thing I kind of dislike in making content for this game. If I make a team that's full free to play, people would complain about the gear. If I make this team with the Lily that's 216 speed, people will say it's like, oh, you can clear it because of the 216 speed Lily. It's always something, man. It's always something. Is Rosa 111 good enough for Cage Rumble? Yeah. I use mine as 111 as well. So, Master Poop. Can Selins forgetfulness block Bloodbath? I don't think so, but I'm not 100% sure. I don't have a Selins. Any replacement for Lily? Lily can be replaced for... Well, the main thing that you start replacing it for is you put the Thing and a Vice on these 2 slots. To be honest, I could see Lily also being replaced by a Miho. For just adding in the speed buff that way. I would say Red Gas also could work. No, Red Gas actually does make a lot of sense, right? Because you have speed buff, cooldown decreases. Mio. But I think Red Gas might actually work even better. What if they add Rengoku to Cage Rumble? No, don't. They could, but I prefer them not to. Slow? Speed up? Yeah, this would be good for it. This would definitely be good for it. This is kind of useless though in this stage, but yeah, I could absolutely see this work. Wait, can you CC the units on the side? You can, right? It's that I don't have her build at all. Wait, can someone try the following team? Does anyone have both Kasami, Kazuya, and the other Kasami, the other one built? I would like someone to try out the team with her, plus the other, plus the thing, plus Sanya. I think you would never die, right? Because you have attack break, you have CC on the two sides, you have cooldown resets plus speed buff, you have slow on the main target, your the thing can do damage, nothing is AoE hit, perma CC on side units, you only don't get slow on the side units, but they're CC'd, so it's not that bad. Yo, that sounds pretty strong. Yeah, that actually sounds pretty strong. Don't have red cast? Yeah, me neither. I think that red cast is the closest thing to replacing a Lily. Because it has cooldown decreases. It has slow on the enemy, which is strong as well. But that's the thing. I don't have 12 freaking purple tofus in a cast, so I'm not going to use it. The new SR could be a good Lily replacement. Does have speed buff, does have vulnerability. Yeah, might actually be. Might actually be. So you go for double cast, the Thing, and Sanya. But to be honest, you could also go double cast plus Yelly and Sanya. Man, I almost want to build the second cast right now, just for trying it out. Should I do it? I only have to build a cast for it. I should give that a try. I think it's a pretty 5-hat team, to be honest. Only thing is, I probably don't have any material to... No, wait, I can actually... No. I think I'm kind of fine. I think I can do red cast on 5. Fire cast, you only need S3. True. S3 maybe S1 for the speed. Cast going 3-1 on the ads, maybe a bit rough. Well, the thing is, you don't have to perma CC the ads. Like, the more they CC, they're better. Let's do this, watch them live content. Yeah, sure, we can give it a try. Because if it works, it's a nice video. Let me actually do a quick toilet break, and then we're gonna fix that. I do have a friend coming over in, like, about an hour, but I should be done by that easily. Funniest thing would also be that will be a full SR team. With Cash, you mean Kazuyas? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if it works, it will be a full SR team. That's kind of cool. Also, I don't really need purple lattices that much anyways, I guess. I hope, I pray. Fuck it. For science. How much? Oh, I do actually have these materials. That's nice. That's nice. Yeah, I definitely have to go all the way on you. I still have 15 of those, so that's fine. Lose a few. And like I said, for science. I kind of want to max S1. Yeah, for the slow duration 2 turns, that's pretty goated. I still had a few of those. I knew that. God damn it, misclicks. Okay, for science. Okay, we're not gonna 6-star, which is gonna leave us 5. We experiment with Jelly on Golden Lion at all? Not yet, but I think it's going to be very strong. Okay, so we need a set on you, which makes sense. You get speed buff in what kind of cooldown order? Thinking 3 turns off. Okay. Halloween doesn't make sense. Halloween kind of makes sense, but not that much. Definitely would say that Time Weave would make sense on you. Are you still in China? Does my background look like I'm still in China? I don't have a Time Weave Jackal Guard though. But I would say Jackal Guard does make most sense. But I think I'm just gonna go a Jackal Guard. Or do I go Kodaker? Yeah, I would say that Time Weave full on that would make most sense. I think I will steal this Vice thingy. Would I go to Gigabiter on you? Yeah, I think I would actually take this whole set. Let's give this whole set. I will add one more HP to it. Vice, yep. This, and we want to do one less or one more on HP side. Which one is the lower egg between the two? Or this one? This is enough speed. I think it's still enough speed to outspeed that boss thingy. Otherwise, I would have to speed it up a little bit. Okay, that's fine. Then on the other one, I would like to put the Halloweener. You actually need to have more egg. Because your skill is important that you do or do not land it. Also, what else do you need besides egg? Oh, wait, this Halloween doesn't even have a side thingy. So it's just whatever crazy fast I can get, okay? Right, if you have one Time Weave on that, that's actually kind of nice, because I'm pretty sure I have one piece Time Weave somewhere. It's also decent-ish on speed. Ah, wait, Time Weave is... Fuck. Would work if Time Weave was not a full set. Okay, that kind of works, but I think we're too slow right now. Oh, no, wait, we also need more... No, we need more Swift Brush. It won't work. On board, mission, on board. Okay, let's also do it with slide gear that I say, like, okay, it's usable, but it's not crazy. Otherwise, people go on that route like, yeah, I'm being here. Face this OP. That's very low on the HP, though. Maybe one set on HP here, actually. Otherwise, we're definitely going to have some issues with that. Wait, if we do this, and then we put some HP from this, defense also fine. Okay, that's something. Now we use you and Sanya. Okay, very curious to see if this works or not. Okay, let's first test do it with you. Because if this already doesn't work... Oh, no, wait. Actually, you don't work. Well, technically... no, it actually could kind of work still. It's a bit worse. Okay, let's see if all of that is geared properly. Yes, 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 and... Yes. Okay, the right one does move in front, but because of pushbacks, it's still fine. Patch is supposedly tomorrow. Okay, it takes a bit of time to get the slow in, though. That's definitely a thing. Count is better for this stage, for sure. Okay, that's bad timing. Oh, wait, we have double wind. Fuck. Fuck, I forgot about that. Yeah, and going for a Ling low, that's kind of ass. That's true, it's double wind. Yeah, the thing is, things would die. It would work if cast never uses 2. Yeah, if the red cast never uses 2, it would be better. But you would almost have to go this and then this for it, but this will be a lot more chance to randomly die. You have a full work day tomorrow? Yeah, probably. Oh, instead of green Sanya. Well, the green Sanya also has attack down, and that's kind of nice. Okay, we have to slow right now, which is good. Yeah, it just does a shit ton of damage if there's no attack down. It's kind of the issue. Okay, attack down. Yeah, now the enrage mechanic is probably too deadly. Also nice if you don't land your freaking shit, noob unit. Kind of works. Okay, it's definitely dangerous. It's fairly dangerous. You would have to 6-star this whole team and actually put like very proper gear to it if you want to make this work. Yeah, enrage mechanic will at some point kill my ass. Yeah, it's already doing a fair bit of damage. Especially when some point no attack break happens. or an armor break happens, that's pretty much instant death. Yeah, okay, doesn't really work. Too bad, too bad. The idea was not bad, though. The idea was low-key not bad. I would like to see how this works. Wait, you're still geared? Yep. Okay, of course you would actually need... Oh, wait, whoops, this is the wrong one in the first place. -8? No, you don't minus on this shit. This team can definitely work if you kill right at. Yeah, if you kill right at first, then this would definitely be potential, yeah. I think that this could work itself as well, but you probably have to make her a 6-star just for the extra tankiness and shit. Yeah, I know that Lily does work. I'm just trying to see if I can get like a more free-to-play friendly kind of team out there. Fortissimo is insane. Definitely seems like a nice budget Lily. Yeah, I think that she's definitely the most budget Lily thing out there. The only thing is replacing Yelly with the thing just lowers your damage output by an insane amount, right? Have to find different armor break? Yeah, kind of. This might be bad with a bunch of armor breaks. Yeah, okay. Right timing for armor breaks. Killed the whole bunch. Like, that's still the RNG thing. I think this can work, but it's definitely not as good as Lily. But also, if Cass were to survive over there, which is very easy to do technically. Wait, I should actually make her no accuracy. Yeah, I should just focus her on like full tankiness. If you put her on Bloodbath, would work better. Probably, yeah, probably. But then again, if she's just 6-star, she would have so much more survivability. Also, the revive is on the wrong one right now, which doesn't really help. But yeah, Halloween would be best on her for sure. Six-star her? Nah, that's one step too far for me. But what I can do is give her more HP. I do like the time waste, right? Yeah, I do. Okay. This one. Not sure if I have another HP or time waiver. I do not. Nope, I don't. Let's just steal this one for the moment. Wait. Then I need time wave on this one, of course. Okay, that should give a fair bit more tankiness. Also, this will help out a little bit more. Because in the end, Yelly technically is free-to-play-ish. Right? People could disagree on that, but technically Yelly is free-to-play-ish. If you save your summons for it, you could have gotten it. The level ups don't matter as much. It's mainly the skill up that matters a lot. No, she isn't. Well, skill issue if you didn't save it. If you stretch it that way. Well, Lily is never free to play because you can't guarantee get a Lily by any amount of scrolls, except for rerolling. This one you can guarantee get. Oh, the Viper died. And that one died. It is doable if you gear them a little bit better than I have. Still an RNG shit dungeon. I guess it's doable. But it's definitely RNG. You have 4 Doggies, 3 Lilies, 3 Sanyas. Nice. I have 5 Lilies. How many of these you have? I got everything except Doki Doki and Shadow Sanya. So I got 5. Shadow Sanya I don't care about at all. It was nice for the early game, but now I really don't care about Shadow Sanya. Doki Doki is a decent miss. Actually, a very good big miss. I'm not sure if with all of the... If you saved all of the summons of the Apex, would you get to the point where you had the full banner once by this point? I'm not sure about that. I think you get 100%. You probably get 80. You don't get much more than 80, but I definitely do think you would have had 80 by now, right? Win rate in GVG helps a lot. True, true, very true. Yeah, in the end, Lily is definitely a fair bit better than the Red Cast. It's the closest thing that comes to it, though. You're on 80 right now without buying? Oh, wait, you saved all of them? That's some insane value for saving right there, sir. Yep, I would say maybe I'll do a video on it tomorrow. I still have slight hope where I don't have to do the video, mainly because they actually nerfed the Rengoku 2. If they would slightly nerf Rengoku 2, I think that team is viable. Or if I just put better gear to it in the first place. Like, I would say that if you put Bulwark towards both... if you put Bulwark on her, and you put Bulwark on this dude, I think you would have better chance at it, but you would definitely be a fair bit slower. I can't stand the glowing dots. Yeah, same, man. I hate that. Like, this is an indication you have to do shit. Except for summons. Fuck that one. Subtac hiding. Okay, 2 more for the day, and then I'm out for the day. You must do the temple. I must do fucking absolutely nothing. How's this team working out? This team is very good. I think that this is the best team I can run at the moment. Sanya is on Swift Rush 9, Bloodbath 12, and Evil Guard. On the Vertissimo. Thing is, kind of, you have to farm this dungeon to get the Vertissimo, which is an argument you could make. Do you think there will be a reset event? In all honesty, I don't think so. But if they do, they make a really big W with the community, and they should do it for that reason. I don't think they will, but if they do it, they're very smart. Let's just call it that way. So I have hopes that they do, just to make people happy. You run a 12-minute bruiser team with 80% win rates. Imagine losing at the 11th minute and you're just wasting your fucking time. Use the same team with Sanya on Gigabyte? Yeah, that makes sense. That's a good team too. I've seen the exact same team used with a Rahu on this spot and then a Linglo next to it. Those are kind of teams you do tend to see as well. Good Kodecker? Nope. Ambertrack Secret Room. I have no fucking clue what an Ambertrack Secret Room is, to be honest. So, couldn't tell you what that is, no. This is also a pretty common team out there with a clause. Yeah, I think if you have claws, this is probably one of the better teams to go for with a clause. Yeah, actually a fair bit of people farming it with this. It's pretty free-to-play friendly as well, but you have to have a clause, and it's best if you have S1 and S3 maxed. It's not a must, but it helps out a lot. Would your team work with Doki Doki instead of Lily? Yes, does work. 5 minutes with a Chachi. Wait, which one team? Over here. Jeez. I could see this go real wrong, though. Holy fuck. How the hell does that even work? Nice overstack on crit rate by freaking 33. Running the class one, but it's about 70% win rate. Yeah, I think that this is the highest win rate team. Hold on Rahul, only 3 minutes? Wait, was there a hold on Rahul one? Yeah, I think I'll make a video about that tomorrow, but I don't want to do it today because I have a slight, I have this much of hope that they actually gonna nerf Rengoku still, even when it's not mentioned in the notes just yet. Like last time around, they also added in the notices of nerfing some Inferno stages, like after they posted the first notices, right? So maybe they wait for like community response and then they decide if they want to add more or not. I'm not sure about that. Are you summoning the other game for Tekken 8's video stream? I will be streaming that. I'm not sure when the patches hit. Tomorrow, new unit over here won't be released yet. It's a quiet way you're not on YouTube. There's no other noises. Oh, fuck, I totally forgot about giving YouTube sound again. I always forget that. Normally, I turn on the sound for the game itself. But I forgot about that. But, yeah, that kind of stuff. So, done for today. Tomorrow, it depends when the patches hit. I think the patch will hit on 10 a.m. my time for this game. Which I think that Summoners War also goes live around that time. But the new unit is not going to be released until the day after, like the day reset from tomorrow until day after tomorrow. So in that case, will be for summoning will be on the what is that, Thursday? Yeah. So summoning is on the Thursday, but patch we're definitely gonna check out the patch tomorrow. But I think I will give the upper hand to the Tekken 8 collab if it is released tomorrow by Summoners War. I will first check that out. But yeah, for now, that's all for me for today, guys. Thanks a lot for being here. I definitely appreciate it. If you do want to check out my patch review, it's right over there. And also, if you're not subscribed yet on the YouTube side, I highly appreciate it if you check out the YouTube channel as well. And if you're on the side of YouTube, also like the video because, or like the stream, because you can like the stream. And it costs you 0 effort. And then you press like, and you're done. Let's see if anyone else is streaming this game at the moment. Let's send you guys off to JJWF. I fought him a few times in the Tamais Cup, so just to support a bit of the game as well, let's send you guys off to other people. Just to keep you on the track here at Twitch. Well, guys, on the side of YouTube, thanks for watching. Side of Twitch, I'm gonna send you guys off to JJWF.